Fang Bing glanced at the communicator in his hand. Discovery is not an emergency, relieved. But when he saw the special signal flashing on the communicator, immediately got excited, because this signal represents Quinjet, which had been cruising on the moon, crashed into an obstacle. This means Quinjet has probably found the inhuman city. Atalan. Definitely. Quinjet sent the signal. It's also possible that it hit something else. But very unlikely, because there is an intelligent cruise system on Quinjet. Common obstacles such as mountains and peaks on the surface of the moon can be avoided. But it cannot detect the invisible Atalan, so here comes the alarm. Most likely, Atalan was found. Think about it. Fang Bing couldn't care less about being a salted fish. Stand up. Stealth is turned on. Then he reached out and opened the portal leading to the interior of Quinjet. Just walked out of the portal. Fang Bing discovered the shrill alarm flashing inside Quinjet. He stepped forward, came to the driving seat, turned off the alarm. He looked at the situation outside the fighter plane. Now, the fighter plane is still in the air. The engine roared to life. Keep pushing forward. But it was blocked by a transparent mask in front of it. Standing still and unable to move forward, Fang Bing observed carefully. It turned out that it had bumped into an invisible city. But Quinjet was unscathed, just scraped the paint on the front. Because Fang Bing has long put this fighter. The whole body is transformed into ulu metal. So even the Quinjet crashed into the invisible city at high speed. There is also no shapeshifting of the exosome. After Fang Bing confirmed that Atalan was indeed found, the hatch opened in midair in an invisible state. Jumped straight off the Quinjet. Leave Quinjet. Alone in the air, continue to battle Atalan's energy shield. After leaving the fighter plane, Fang Bing did not touch Atalan's ability shield without authorization. Because he knows, every move of the shield is under the surveillance of aliens inside Atalan. And now, Quinjet is such a big thing, already hit the shield. That won't take long. There will definitely be strangers to check the situation. When Fang Bing is ready to pass this person, sneak into Atalan quietly. Once in Atalan, there are so many strangers inside, he sent it. Really. After waiting a few minutes at Fang Bing, an invisible shield, from inside the ability shield, a tall and mighty man stepped out. As soon as Fang Bing saw him, instantly recognized him, because of the underside of this strong man's body. Not normal legs, but a pair of wild hooves. The features are so obvious. Atalan should also have such an appearance as a foreigner. Gorgon, chief executive, bodyguard and military commander of the Inhumans. Black Bolt's cousin. His strength is dozens of times that of ordinary Yiren. Powerful. His hooves can produce a magnitude 7 earthquake. If it is on the fault zone, it can be enhanced to level 9. This is a strong alien. So every time the invisible energy shield has an accident, it will all be handled by him. After Gorgon came out, he looked at the direction where the Quinjet hit with a strange face. But I didn't find out where Quinjet was in the first place. Because Quinjet also has stealth turned on. But soon, he found out where the Quinjet comes into contact with the energy shield. Because that contact point is flashing a wavy ability ripple. Gorgon stepped forward. Take a leap. Jumped up and touched. Discovered the existence of Quinjet. When he found out that it was a stealth fighter, there was a look of shock on his face. He quickly began to look for the entrance of the fighter plane. Fumbled for a while. He managed to find the position of the hatch. It was found that the hatch was not closed. He broke into it directly. Fang Bing did not show up. Just hide away. Quietly waited for him to finish checking. Really. After a while, Gorgon discovers that Quinjet is empty. Walked out again. His complexion also returned to calm. And as he walked out, the fighter plane also turned off and landed. Apparently he shut down the engine inside the fighter. Then, he stands on the ground. He grabbed the side of the fighter plane with both hands. Roar. Lift up the fighter plane weighing tens of tons. It was thrown to the ground dozens of meters away. Away from the energy shield. Finish these. Gorgon clapped his hands. Then he turned and walked towards the energy shield. The moment he touched the invisible energy shield, will be integrated into it. Disappear. The surface of the moon seems to be left with only pitted craters. Fang Bing stood invisible outside the energy shield. Did not sneak in with Gorgon, because he didn't know if Atalan's energy shield had any special mechanism. So he chose a better way. Portal. Now that I have seen Gorgon. Then Fang Bing can directly open the portal leading to him. Wouldn't it be possible to directly enter the interior of Atalan? Only Fang Bing knows. Gorgon takes care of it. Definitely go to the palace to report the situation to Black Bolt. Even if Black Bolt is only half as terrifying as in the legend. Fang Bing didn't want to meet Black Bolt now. So he was in no hurry. Opened the portal directly. Back to his villa. And took a restful sleep. After a few hours, after Fang Bing woke up, quantum induction was activated. It felt like there was no one else around Gorgon. Hand strokes at the door. Only, it happened by accident. Draw. I row. Open it for me. F*K? Fang Bing was a little confused. Isn't Atalan an energy shield? Why can't I open the portal leading to it? This is not scientific. Before, it was clear that he could directly break through the protective shield of the space battleship. Get inside the shield. Why is it not working now? Fang Bing was a little numb. What he didn't know was. Now. Inside Atalan, Hall of the Council of Elders. 5 elders are holding a meeting with Black Bolt. A short and thin elder said, Your Majesty, I believe you also know that there are fighter planes attacking Atalan today, which shows that the technology of human beings on the Earth is developing rapidly, and I am afraid that it will not be long before we can discover our existence. We need to advance, get ready, or Atalan will be in danger by then. Another gray-bearded but strong elder also agreed. We are so powerful, why are we hiding in this desolate and scarce place? The other 3 elders said nothing, just smiling at Black Bolt. Waiting for his reaction. Black Bolt didn't speak. Because he can't speak directly. Otherwise it will cause huge damage. He looked at the 5 elders. Then the 5 elders received what he said through telepathy at the same time. Going to the Earth will immediately cause a war, and the war will bring destruction and death to my people. Atalan is completely self-sufficient at present, and has an energy shield in the second elder's spiritual power shield, so it is impossible to be discovered. Therefore, the proposal is rejected. Inside the Earth Villa. Fang Bing scratched his head and thought for a long time. Still don't understand why the portal can't open to the inside of Atalan. But the reality is already in front of us. Since it is impossible to enter through the portal. That can only be changed. Sighed. Fang Bing opened the portal again. Walked in. When walking out. Already arrived at Atalan's invisible energy shield again. Take 2 steps forward. Fang Bing remained invisible. He punched hard on the energy shield. Hit the protective cover to create circles of energy ripples. Then, he punched hard again. He took it away. Stand aside and hide. Awaits Gorgon's return. Yes. Fang Bing didn't intend to break the energy shield directly. In fact, he can't break it either. Atalan didn't know what energy drive was being used. The energy shield is extremely defensive. Fang Bing had just been bombarded with a huge force of dozens of tons. It's like hitting cotton. Didn't hurt the shield at all. He is now ready to repeat the old trick, after leading Gorgon out. Invisibility goes in with him. Really, after a few minutes. Gorgon came out again. Fang Bing originally tried to take advantage of him coming out. Walk through the passage he came out of and flash in. But the channel is not opened at all, when Gorgon came out. It seems to be integrated with the protective cover. Melted out the protective cover. Fang Bing noticed this situation. Immediately changed his mind. He transforms into an invisible state. Become a little mosquito. Slowly flew to the back of Gorgon. Into his armor. Waiting for Gorgon to check and go back. After a few minutes, Gorgon who found nothing. He muttered strangely. Go to the invisible energy shield. Boom. It was supposed to blend directly into the shield. Enter the Gorgon of Atalan, but it was directly bounced back by the energy shield. Gorgon froze, but soon, his complexion changed drastically. Realized something. No more attempts to enter Atalan. Stand still and stomp your feet. A circle of strong shock energy emanated from his hooves. The agitation began to sweep from his body towards the surroundings. Whoosh. Fang Bing turned into a mosquito. In an instant, he was beaten out of Gorgon's body by the shock wave. Invisibility removed, although only mosquito file size. But it was also found by Gorgon. He ran fast. Come forward. Punch towards the mosquito that Fang Bing turned into. Fang Bing, who was dizzy from the shock, was furious. Know that you have been found. And sneaking in by conventional methods is impossible today. Then looking at Gorgon, who was rushing towards him and punching him. Change directly. Transformed into Iron Man. One hand grasped Gorgon's fist, the other hand. Fist. Hit Gorgon in the face. Boom. Gorgon didn't react at all. He was punched in the face by Fang Bing. It flew hundreds of meters away. Don't wait for him to get up. Fang Bing stepped forward instantly. Push him to the ground. Bang. 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 A fistful. Hammer's nosebleeds. Nose and face are swollen. Gorgon was furious. Both feet shook. Send out a circle of vibe energy again. Shake Fang Bing out. But this time Fang Bing has already prepared in advance. In midair, he directly opened the eye of Medusa he had just obtained. He stared at Gorgon. Moment. Gorgon, who was about to turn over and get up, froze. Maintain the posture of climbing up. I was motionless. Fang Bing didn't know what his physique was like. Not sure how long it will last, so immediately fly forward. Popped a jelly bean into his mouth. He skillfully took out the newly prepared Ulu metal stick. Help him poke the jelly beans into his stomach. Then Fang Bing stood up, just waiting for the system prompt to arrive. A huge fat dog instantly appeared not far away out of thin air. And around it, there are a few others, appear together. When Fang Bing saw the leader, while wearing a crown, immediately turned on invisibility, flew into the air. Because he thinks, the alien at the head must be the king of strangers, Black Bolt. Fang Bing has just been caught trying to trespass on Atalan. And now beat up their royal family member Gorgon. He's not childish yet. Consider yourself out now and tell Black Bolt. I am also a stranger, can dispel their hostility. Fang Bing thinks, if you really do this. For the best I'm afraid, he was also beaten up by the group. Expel the moon. As predicted, Fang Bing guessed it right. When Black Bolt King led his subordinates to appear. See Gorgon stiff on the ground, and the human being who just disappeared in front of him. Black Bolt King grimaced. He flew to Gorgon in an instant. But did not deal with Gorgon first. Instead, he opened his mouth directly. Roar. Facing the direction where Fang Bing disappeared just now. He roared fiercely. This roar, although it is on the moon. Although in a vacuum. But there is still a sound wave of psionic energy like a stormy sea. Visible to the naked eye. In an instant, the surface of the moon several thousand meters in front of Black Bolt King. A huge crater hundreds of meters deep was blasted out. And Quinjet, originally thrown to the ground by Gorgon, also within his attack range, was directly sent flying out. Quinjet by Ulu metal, although not too much damage. But the surface is getting bumpy. Moreover, the entire fighter plane was directly sent flying by this voice. Off the lunar surface, it flew straight into space with a whoosh. Fang Bing stood high in the sky. I let out a sigh of relief. Actually, just where he was standing, it didn't escape the attack range of Black Bolt King at all. Just when Black Bolt shows up, knowing in advance that Black Bolt is terrifying to him, he has been paying close attention to the movement of Black Bolt King. The moment he noticed that Black Bolt King was about to open his mouth, Fang Bing immediately launched the extreme speed, flying away from the attack range of Black Bolt King's sound wave. The reason why Fang Bing can do this, because of his current flight speed, in psychokinesis plus magnetic flight plus superspeed body protection, has reached a speed of 5,000 kilometers per hour. The speed can reach more than 1,300 meters per second. So, the moment Black Bolt opened his mouth, it was enough for him to fly high enough, only. Although Fang Bing avoided the attack of Black Bat King, but also saw the strength of Black Bolt King, measured the strength of both sides, he felt that he should not be able to defeat Black Bolt King for the time being. Because, although Fang Bing is faster than Black Bolt, but Black Bolt's attack range is also too large. The attack power is too ruthless. Even Ulu metal can roar shapeshifting. The ghost knows whether Black Bolt King has used his full strength just now. And, as far as Fang Bing knows, Black Bolt's super ability. It's not just about using psionic energy to convert it into a sonic attack. Instead, it also has the physical strength and senses of Superman. And the speed is close to Quicksilver. Other super abilities include anti-gravity flight, resistance to mind penetration, mass energy control, etc. Even Black Bolt. These abilities known to Fang Bing are not possible now. But even if it can have a third of the strength that Fang Bing knows. Also a very tough opponent. What's more, as far as Fang Bing knows, there is also the alien Presbyterian Church in Atalan. The strength is unfathomable. So, Fang Bing didn't intend to fight hard with them at all. Anyway, he just stabilized his hand, transformed into Iron Man. The identity has not been revealed. So, Fang Bing thought for a long time. It is better to continue looking for opportunities to sneak in for the time being. If you really can't sneak in, then change your look. Go straight to the door. Tell Black Bolt. I am a stranger. Take in, definitely. If you can sneak in secretly. Fang Bing must have chosen to sneak in secretly. Because the chances of entering Atalan openly are not high. Then, even if he entered, there will definitely be a lot of interrogation and interrogation. They may even be imprisoned, so, not as a last resort. Fang Bing does not intend to go down this road. And, after learning the lesson of the failure just now, he has also figured out the key to sneaking into Atalan. Enter the Hope, still on Gorgon, because, with the current high level of scientific and technological knowledge, Fang Bing has roughly analyzed it. Why can't Gorgon just bring himself in? He probably has a device similar to a pass token in his hand. Provide him with a special layer of protection. And Atalan's energy shield has a judgment mechanism. Something that doesn't belong to Gorgon himself. Inaccessible. So, as long as Fang Bing got this access device on Gorgon, that would break through Atalan's energy shield. Sneak in, even after entering, was found. Fang Bing is nothing terrible either, because he has shapeshifting and invisibility. There is also the matter travel ability. Just enter the inner city. Want to find him? Not too possible, so Fang Bing just needs to lure Gorgon out again. Then don't talk nonsense to him. Stop him directly. Find the passing equipment on him. You can enter smoothly. But today is definitely not enough. Black Bolt finished the roar. Nothing unusual was found. Just take the stiff Gorgon directly. Pet the big dog. Teleport back directly to Atalan. Gorgon was beaten up by himself. I'm afraid I have to rest for a few days. And Atalan must have been panicked at this moment. Fang Bing plans to wait a few days before going. And the big dog that just appeared, he is also very interested. This thing has a chance in the future. Be sure to catch them and feed them more. After that, Fang Bing flew away from the moon. The reason why I didn't open the portal directly to return to Earth. Because of, he still misses the Quinjet. Although that thing is not comparable to a space battleship. But it also cost Iron Man a lot of effort. What's more, there is an ultra-long-distance communication system on it. It is the core of Fang Bing to accept emergency calls from family and friends. It just becomes space junk. Wouldn't it be a pity? So, Fang Bing chased after him. Fine. He is currently flying extremely fast, and that Quinjet didn't fly very far either. After being roared by the Black Bat King, there is no follow-up momentum. Just maintain an average flight speed in space. Half an hour later, Fang Bing has already caught up with it. Get into the fighter jet. Fang Bing found that the inside was still intact. Although the whole body of Ulu metal is bumpy, but it kept the internal facilities intact. Then, Fang Bing put his hands on the fuselage. After 10 seconds, the Quinjet was restored. He drove the Quinjet and flew towards the Earth Villa. 10 minutes later, arrived at the sky above the Earth Villa. Fang Bing parked the Quinjet in its original location. That is the top of the villa, and has remained invisible. Then, he went downstairs and returned to the living room. Didn't see Wanda in the living room, but he could already hear Wanda upstairs in the practice room. Crackled the Ulu metal sandbag. Look at Wanda working so hard. Fang Bing smiled, sitting comfortably on the sofa. Start viewing system information. When Black Bolt first appeared before, Fang Bing has already received the system's mechanical beep. Just haven't had time to check it out. Till now it's easy. This is the time to take a look. Gorgon paper. Gorgon's hoof. Special. Because of the mutation of Terrigen Mist, his feet have been transformed into a pair of hooves, which have powerful attack and destructive power. Earth Vibe 8. He can use both hooves to send out a strong earth vibe to attack the enemy, and he can also step on the ground to create a strong earthquake. Alcoholism IV9. Because he stayed in Atalan for a long time and had nothing else to do, he became strongly addicted to alcohol. Divine Power IV6. He possesses extremely powerful power, dozens of times that of ordinary aliens. Super physique IV9. He has a super strong physique, indestructible, and ordinary weapons can't break through his defense at all. Fang Bing saw Gorgon's Earth Vibe super ability. Subconsciously, I felt that it was very similar to Sky's Vibe ability. But think for a moment, but found a difference. Gorgon's ground vibe looks like it can only be issued with hooves. This should also be the reason for the mutation of his feet. But Fang Bing really couldn't think of it. Changing the feet into hooves can do nothing to enhance the ability. Is it time to step on the ground? More ruthless? But Gorgon's other abilities. So Fang Bing had a deep understanding of the strength of Attilan in humans. His divine power is only one level higher than his own. The physique is the same as the normal Hulk, it's just missing a devil muscle. But there is an extra vibe super ability, if this thing fights with the Hulk. Fang Bing felt that he could fight back and forth. But in Attilan, it is estimated that Gorgon is not among the top batch. This made Fang Bing sigh. Attilan is worthy of being the lair of aliens who have lived silently on the moon for thousands of years. The background is really strong, it's useless to think so much. Draw. Congratulations on getting the Vibe Eve 8. Fang Bing before the recent lottery draw, although I haven't prayed to Ancient One much. But his luck has been good, this is not. One shot into the soul. Directly drew Gorgon's most powerful super ability. Only. I don't know conveniently. I don't have Gorgon's hooves. Can this super ability be used? But, Fang Bing thought. In terms of the strength of your own legs, how can there be no need for Gorgon's hooves? He can step on an earthquake. Why can't I? Think about it. Fang Bing stood up, directly opened the portal. Came to the Hive Star. That's right. It is the savage planet that captures the hive alive and summons Big Wolf. This place has been given a random name by Fang Bing. It's called Beehive Star. Anyway, everyone on this planet is dead. No one can argue with him about the legitimacy of the name. Fang Bing chooses whatever name he likes, because the most important thing that happens here. It is the hive that wiped out the civilization of the entire planet. I captured the hive alive here again. That's why Fang Bing named this planet. And, since it can be teleported to this planet, Fang Bing has abandoned the no man's land outside New York City. Think of this as his new secret base, as a place to test ability. For nothing else. Just for the ability to cast ability at will here. And don't worry about causing a big impact, after going out from the portal. Fang Bing stands on the surface of Hive Planet. Turned on the super ability of Earth Vibe. Moment. Fang Bing felt it. A special energy surged through his legs. Startled him. He thought that this energy would transform his own legs into hooves. Hastily turned off the vibe ability. Check out your legs. Until it was found that there was no sign of mutation. Only then cautiously opened the Earth Vibe again. Energy poured in again. Fang Bing felt that his legs were filled with some kind of strength. I also have some numbers in my heart. Then. He stomped his feet on the ground with all his strength. A powerful energy was directed from the legs to the ground. Rumble. The ground began to shake violently. An earthquake broke out. The sky is dark and the earth is dark. The earth is shaking. The mountains began to roar, huge amounts of stones rolled down. Shocked dust is flying in the sky. The ground is cracked. Countless bottomless cracks appeared above the surface. Fang Bing stood at the epicenter. It was also a little uncomfortable to be bumped. Fly quickly. In midair, check out the earthquake you made yourself. How much power and scope does it have? Fly around quickly. Fang Bing amazing. The earthquake range is fully covered. 100 miles around. Definitely. This is not as widespread as a naturally occurring earthquake. But this is only caused by Fang Bing stepping down. Fang Bing is very lucky now. Fortunately, I chose to come to this desolate alien planet to test Vibe's super ability. If you are still in no man's land, step on this foot. It is not known how many animals and humans will be killed. How many buildings were destroyed. At that time, I am afraid that the citizens of the entire city will be killed. Are we going to drill under the table as a group again? After waiting in the sky for half an hour, the earthquake on the ground stopped. Fang Bing has no instruments on hand. It is also impossible to measure the power of this earthquake. But he just watched the scene of landslides and ground cracks. I feel like there must be an 8th grade. Awesome. After the earthquake, Fang Bing fell back to the ground. Although the earthquake is very strong, but in addition to destroying. The role of Fang Bing in single combat is average. So, Fang Bing is ready to try. Can I also do it when Gorgon is fighting against himself? The kind of seismic energy used that knocked him into the air twice. He stands still. Stretch out your legs, not stepping on the ground. It was a volley kick. At the same time, the ability was activated. Boom. One circle vibe is body-centric, spread around. Break the surrounding rocks. This is it. Gorgon did just that. Blow yourself away. After getting the hang of it, Fang Bing gradually became familiar with how to use this ability. Dozens of minutes later, his successful research understands him now. Already available anytime, anywhere. With a thought. Then resorted to this kind of vibe attack. But this ability is somewhat limited. Every time. Centered directly on Fang Bing. Shake out a full circle of seismic energy. Unable to refine operations. Can't be like its other abilities. Send a single vibe to attack enemies in a certain direction. Or through the ground reaction force flight. Will not work. But Fang Bing doesn't really need those abilities either. Just have this vibe circle. He is equivalent to having a powerful defensive rebound skill. Can bounce off nearby enemies, definitely. Can also be used as an instant AoE attack skill. It just depends on how it can directly collapse the surrounding rocks. It shows that the attack power is still good. Finished testing Gorgon's vibe ability. Fang Bing was satisfied. After, he started to fly around this hive star. Want to see the topography of this planet, because he thinks this planet belongs only to him now. Great to use as a base. In the future, it will not matter whether it is imprisoning high-risk prisoners or build a space fleet in batches. Everyone needs a safe place. Earth is certainly not a good fit. There are too many people. And if you are not careful, it will lead to a huge disaster. Fang Bing a few hours after a superfast flight. Already on this planet, with a general understanding. This is a planet that is about the same file size as Earth. Only. The Earth is covered with oceans. The land area is small. And this planet, it is the opposite. The ocean area is relatively small. It occupies only 1/5 of the planet's area. And Fang Bing went in to take a look. The original marine life inside is extinct. Currently there are only a few newly evolved simple creatures. After a general understanding, Fang Bing still went down to the bottom of the sea. Choose below the ground at the deepest point on the ocean floor. Build new prisons. In this case, very hidden. Even if other people come to this uninhabited planet by chance, you won't find the Ulu metal prison either. 2 hours later, Fang Bing completed the conversion. A new prison of Uru metal has appeared beneath the ocean floor. Only, he didn't transfer all the prisoners from Earth. Prisoners who are currently imprisoned on Earth. Basically, there is no threat to Fang Bing, so he didn't bother to spend any more effort. Only one person. That is the hive. Leave him on Earth. There are still some hidden dangers, Fang Bing thought for a while. Still opened the portal to the hive prison. Moved him to a new prison on Hive. Make him the first prisoner here, Hive Star. It is also worthy of the name. The next day. Early morning. Inside the villa. Fang Bing meditates after waking up. Just opened the portal directly. Walked in. When it reappears. Already in London. He has not come to set up a stall for several days. So today I plan to continue to push up the technological knowledge. Now there are alien bases. Limit Fang Bing's creation of space fleet. And only his level of knowledge. The reason for coming to London. One is because the better universities in New York were basically sold out by him. Fang Bing plans to go there again after a while. The second is because Polaris Lorna is also here. Fang Bing also wanted to get in touch with Magneto through her. Recently, she also sent several text messages to herself. Ask yourself when you will be out again. Do you need her as a waiter? After going out from the portal, Fang Bing arrived near a famous university in London. Standing in the alley. When Fang Bing wanted to recruit his own dining car from a different space. Just remembered. The dining car is gone. The tray table was gone too. He had been recruited casually before. Converted to something else in an emergency. Then, he could only press his hand on the trash can in the alley again. Initiated a material conversion. A new dining car and a set of side tables have also been conjured up. Old rules. Get the dining car behind the school gate. Called Polaris Lorna. It's open, hurry up and come to work. Today is Sunday. Now, Polaris Lorna, dining car attendant. Watching TV at home. Take a look at the last tin of baked eggs on hand. I was reluctant to open it and eat it. Then her cell phone rang. Lorna, who received a call from Fang Bing to fight workers. Straight out and ran out of the house, pedaling her broken bicycle. I went to the workplace that Fang Bing told me. The other side. Fang Bing has already started manufacturing food stalls for sale today. Something. Naturally, it is still a dark dish. But Fang Bing will definitely not be selling baked eggs anymore. There are still many people who are addicted to that stuff after eating it once. Last time, 1,000 copies were sold to 500 people. On average, everyone repurchases once. What a waste of money. But Fang Bing doesn't want to sell canned herring anymore. He was afraid of the fanatics who had bought canned herring before. Come to the door. Then set up a canned herring religion. It's troublesome. Before a chicken taco. Just play Doctor Strange. More canned herring gods. I still don't know what kind of moth will appear. So, Fang Bing chose another canned herring this time. More disgusting. Even more deadly dark dishes. Kasumasu cheese. This thing was in the dark cooking world of Fang Bing's previous life. Known as the most dangerous food in the world. It is based on the original fermentation of cheese. Add fly larvae to the cheese. The milk fat in the cheese is further broken down by the digestive action of the larva. So as to achieve a unique flavor, but someone with a little bit of life experience. Everyone should know what the larvae of flies are. Maggots. Fly larvae are maggots, so one can imagine. This is a cheese with live maggots. The ultimate dark dish in the cheese world. Fang Bing doesn't think so. There can be other cheeses, can beat it better than it does on nausea. Therefore, he just chose this dark dish today. And, in order to achieve their own goals, in order not to let diners see the first glance, you can see the real appearance of cheese, so much so that I missed this superb delicacy. Fang Bing uses FoodMaker when making this cheese. The larvae were intentionally hidden in the center of the cheese. It's not visible from the outside at all, and it is also packed in an opaque carton. It can be described as well-intentioned, as Fang Bing keeps making. Box after box of Kasumasu cheese appeared in the dining car. 10 minutes later, Fang Bing made 1,000 copies. The dining car is also filled with a strange and alluring aroma of cheese. Fang Bing sniffed. I feel quite hungry, but remember the process of making this cheese. Appetite disappeared immediately. The acid water in the stomach began to churning. Quickly put on a special mask. Isolated from the smell of the outside world. And this time, food truck attendant Lorna. Also on duty, she is riding a bicycle, to the dining car. Throw off the bike. Excitedly ran in. Boss, what's delicious today? Do you still sell baked eggs? Fang Bing shook his head, pointing to the boxes of cheese piled on the floor of the dining car. Sell this today. Wow. It smells so delicious. Boss, you showed kindness today and finally stopped selling dark dishes? Lorna smelled the strange cheese aroma. Just picked up a box. Put it up to your nose and smell it. Then he looked at Fang Bing and asked, can I try a box first? Fang Bing nodded habitually. Then he reacted quickly. Today's cheese is very special, and it's also a dark dish. I suggest you don't eat it. Lorna heard the word dark cuisine. On the contrary, I am more excited. It's okay. Boss, don't you know that I love dark cuisine the most? Subsequently. Then he directly opened the cheese box in his hand. Take out the small spoon that came with the box above. Dig a piece with a spoon. Straight into the mouth. Savor it. Only, she heard it was dark cooking. Also keep an eye on it. This first sentence. Just scoop the top normal cheese. The fly larvae below were not eaten. When she tasted the first bite of cheese with a look of aftertaste. When you were ready to dig the second scoop, I saw the cheese in my hand. Slowly, a small worm came up. Her expression changed immediately. Because she recognized what it was. Asked with a cry. Boss. What is this? Why is there such a thing in the cheese? Fang Bing replied helplessly. Didn't I tell you that this is dark cuisine? What you see is the special feature of today's food. The waiter Lorna was so angry that she almost cried. She likes dark cooking. But I absolutely don't like such ruthless dark cuisine. Fine. That sip just now, she didn't eat what was underneath. Otherwise, there will be a psychological shadow. But food produced by the system, its allure is not so easy to resist. She ate it all. Taste the beauty of it. Even if you see the stuff hidden inside. Some are reluctant to throw it away. Then, falling into the classic tangled link again. It just didn't wait for her to struggle for a few seconds. Cheese box in hand. It was taken away by Fang Bing and thrown away. Because Fang Bing knows the power of the food he makes. I know if I don't stop it, 80% of them will have an extra waiter who has eaten fly larvae. It's disgusting to think about. So, in order to keep the staff clean and hygienic, he simply and neatly stopped Lorna, who was almost overwhelmed. Saw the cheese being thrown away. Lorna showed a look of reluctance for a few seconds. But only a few seconds later, her complexion changed immediately. His face was in shock. A look of fear. Think of if I really finished eating that thing just now. I'm afraid it won't be disgusting for a few months. It cannot be slowed down. Subsequently, a terrified Lorna. I remembered something again. She glanced weakly at her dark cooking boss. Boss, if you ask me to sell this thing, will I be beaten? Fang Bing smiled lightly. Don't worry, I'll cover you. Lorna looked at the burly figure. Always a mysterious boss. I have some sense of security in my heart. Only then did he carry the small table. Comes with a heap of kasamasu cheese. Went to set up a stall in front of the school. Soon, the smell of cheese filled the entire school gate area. In this fragrance, there is a special aroma of fermented cheese. There are also exotic aromas that are additionally enhanced by system cuisine. Hook the passing pedestrians. One by one stopped. They gave generously. Start shopping for cheese. Eat up. But they didn't get Fang Bing's reminder. Knowing that this is the king of the dark cooking world. Basically, it is stuffed into the mouth with a big gulp. There is no room for entanglement at all, so, until it's in your mouth, only then did I realize something was wrong. Noticed when chewing cheese. The sensation of bouncing larvae in the mouth. Many diners were stunned. What is this? Why is there still life in the cheese? Then, they looked down at the cheese case. It was found in the strips of real cheese, the larvae of the flies scrambling around. There was a feeling of nausea in my heart. The mouthful of fresh cheese that has not yet been swallowed. I don't know whether to swallow it or not, soon fell into a tangle. But the mouth full of strange fragrance. That wonderful taste, it quickly overwhelmed their sanity. Gudong. Swallowed. Go. Finish the first bite of the fortified cheese. Then eat the rest. The burden on my heart is much lighter. Anyway, I ate them all. Then stopped being human. Done. Then, many diners, basically less than half a minute. Just finished a box of cheese. Then he looked at the empty cheese box in his hand. Lost in thought. After a while, most diners. Slap. Throw away the cheese box. Run away like hell. Don't even dare to look back. Afraid of turning around. Attracted by the cheese stand again. Lured back. Can't help but eat a box of that horrible cheese again. So, nothing Lorna feared happened. No one bothered to turn around and beat her up. That's it. The diners ran in waves after eating. Then soon there will be a new wave of diners. Cheese sales are going very well, but, even so, there will never be a shortage of people with unique tastes in the world. Normal people run away after eating a box, those with special tastes. They all ate one box after another, immediately became a diehard fan. The bulletin board was completely ignored. Fang Bing saw a few people right now. Stand in front of the booth, after eating box after box. I ate 7 or 8 boxes in one go, but Fang Bing didn't chase them away either. How big can a person's belly be? I can't eat a few boxes, and Fang Bing told Lorna a long time ago. The kind that make repeat purchases, although it doesn't take much effort to drive away. But they are not allowed to buy in bulk to take away. So, no cheese at the food truck counter at all. Fang Bing has been completely relaxed. Listen to the ding 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 sound from the system. I started to sit leisurely in the dining car. Ability is extracted in batches. Congratulations on obtaining Geomechanical Engineering Knowledge IV8. Congratulations on obtaining Earth Gynecology Knowledge IV9. Congratulations on obtaining Earth Physiology Knowledge IV4. Congratulations on your knowledge of Earth Algebraic Geometry 7. Congratulations on obtaining Earth Quantum Chemistry Knowledge IV6. Congratulations on obtaining Cyclops of 6. Fang Bing saw ability extraction records. That special word that flashed past, immediately a shock. Turned back. After confirmation. Sure enough, I found that I was right. He draws a Cyclops super ability again. This time. He doesn't have to go through the system records anymore. Can also guess from whom it was obtained. Mutant Scott. Nicknamed Cyclops. The entire Marvel universe. Not many people know Cyclops' skills, except Deadpool. Most likely it was him. But Fang Bing checked the system records to confirm. Really? Really drawn from a guy named Scott Summers. This is the full name of Cyclops. Only. Fang Bing felt a little regretful. Just staring at the booth, no Cyclops were seen. Otherwise, you can definitely recognize him at a glance. After all, Cyclops want to hang out like normal people. It is necessary to wear red quartz eyes. Otherwise, the eyes will be full of laser beams. His time period. It should be a super ability that cannot freely control itself. So, Fang Bing regretted it. Didn't keep staring at the booth. No Cyclops seen. Otherwise, maybe he can find a mutant other than. After all, he has red quartz eyes. It means that someone is helping him control the super ability. Maybe the Professor X1. Some kind of mutant school has been secretly established. Think here. Fang Bing thinks. Time to see what Wolverine is up to. Maybe he can find Professor X through him, but now. Fang Bing, the most important thing. Still focus on the newly acquired super ability. Congratulations on your Cyclops upgrade to V7. Fang Bing just unlocked the 6th level Cyclops he just got. Immediately received the upgrade prompt from the system. Because the original Cyclops level he extracted from the perverted version of Deadpool. It's also level 6. At the same time, it has 2 identical 6th level abilities. Naturally, integrate upgrade is triggered. Grant Fang Bing a level 7 Cyclops. Before Cyclops by Fang Bing, it can cut off buildings and rocks. But because the power is not as powerful as the full level electric current impact. Moreover, Fang Bing has very few ultra long range combat operations. So I haven't used it much, but now 1 level up. And Fang Bing has been meditating for so long. Definitely got stronger, but how much stronger it is? Fang Bing is unclear. Need to wait to try it out. So, he simply doesn't care about this super ability now. Then continue to extract abilities in batches. After a while, Lorna, the attendant at the school gate, already sold out of all the Kasamasu cheese, and Fang Bing also extracted all obtained ability lists. The harvest is unprecedentedly huge, because 1,000 servings of Kasamasu cheese, it hit a new high. Let Fang Bing successfully harvest the abilities of 800 people. This is much harder than canned herring. This is because most of the people, I have eaten this dark dish once. Run away immediately. Couldn't bear to eat it a second time. That's why Fang Bing has such a record, and because it is in front of a famous university. These 800 abilities, except for those miscellaneous abilities, many are related to scientific knowledge. This makes. After Fang Bing draws the ability this time, Earth Science knowledge level. The average level has risen by half a grade, reached level 8. Don't underestimate this half level, because 8th grade of scientific knowledge already meant Fang Bing's level of knowledge beyond most university professors. About to reach the level of senior scientific researcher. To know Dr. Kiri Amber, who researched Extremis in the first place. His knowledge of geobiology, it's only 8th grade. The only thing that makes Fang Bing regret is he failed to be among the 800 abilities. Discover another super ability. But this is also normal. Mutant is a lot though, but the Earth is more populated. If the relative ratio is calculated, out of 1,000,000 people. Not bad to have a mutant, and I can be among 800 people. Come across a mutant. You can also draw his super ability in one go. Already very lucky. After the cheese is all sold out. The waiter Lorna also returned to the dining car. Looking at Fang Bing, who was in a daze, she also waited quietly. What are you waiting for? Definitely waiting for salary. Her baked egg and canned herring had been eaten long ago, and only the last one was left. Otherwise, how could he be a waiter for the dining car? So caring. Wait for Fang Bing to finish sorting ability. He looked up and saw Lorna's expectant eyes, immediately understood why. He reached out and took it out from under the counter. He took out 10 cans of roasted eggs and 10 cans of herring. Stack of old high. Stuffed into her hand. Are you sure you don't want to pay? Money is waste paper to me. If you don't look back, I will also be thrown away as trash. Fang Bing saw that she was about to leave holding the can with excitement on her face. In order not to be regarded as a black-hearted boss. I asked again. Lorna froze. What? Waste paper. Is the boss so arrogant? Can you tell me where to throw the money later? Thousands of strange thoughts flashed through her mind. Then. This is not my initiative to ask for a salary increase. Lorna turned her head. I didn't ask too much. He just said arrogantly. Fang Bing nodded lightly. Box. In the future, you don't need to ask me how much you need to pick up after get off work every time. Fang Bing used the most flat tone. He said the most arrogant words to the little waiter. She was so surprised that she was a little dumbfounded. Standing still at a loss, after half pay. She just glanced at the cash box. He glanced at the owner of the dining car who sat down in a daze. Make sure the boss is not joking. Just walk to the cash box. With a happy face, he took out 2 cards. He solemnly hid it in his arms. Say hello to Fang Bing. He grabbed the can and ran away. Since Fang Bing didn't finish his sentence. The little waiter had disappeared. He glanced. The bicycle left by the waiter next to the dining car. Sighed. I don't care. Just collected the dining car and left. Next. Nor is he testing upgraded Cyclops. Instead, prepare to do another thing first. One more important thing. Call. He has 3 summoning opportunities every day. Just found out. Your own summoning CD has been cooled down. You can continue summoning again today, so. He didn't bother to test the Cyclops first. Instead, I chose to use the number of summons first. After all. For next. What can be summoned from the alien plane? Fang Bing was very curious, but before he stepped into the portal to the Hive planet. His cell phone rang. Fang Bing took it out and took a look. It turned out to be Ebony Maw calling. Because Ebony Maw was left with Iron Man by Fang Bing. Let's study space battleship technology together. So for the convenience of contact, Fang Bing also gave him a mobile phone number. Let him be able to contact him at any time, but generally nothing important. Ebony Maw didn't dare to call Fang Bing easily. This is the first call he made to Fang Bing, so. Fang Bing connected without hesitation. Master, news came from the space battleship Discovery that they have found the first living planet. The call just came through. Fang Bing heard Ebony Maw report a news that surprised him. Discovery. It was Fang Bing for that ship. The name of the battleship he sent to the depths of the universe. And when sending them out, the order has already been issued. If a living planet is found, immediately use the interstellar communication system on the space battleship. Contact another space battleship left on Earth. And Ebony Maw stayed with Iron Man. Another task. It is to report the news from the exploration rover to Fang Bing at any time. Discovery has a hyperdrive. Been away from Earth for a few days. Fang Bing thinks about it. Now they may have already entered the depths of the universe. I don't know how many light years away from the Earth. It is normal to find a living planet, so. Fang Bing could only temporarily give up today's summoning ceremony. Reopened the portal to the side of the Discovery entourage. Stepped in. When he walked out, arrived at the main control hall of the Discovery. 10 elite warriors from the original Thanos army. The current Fang Bing brother. Have been waiting here for a long time. See Fang Bing come out. He quickly began to report the specific situation to Fang Bing. Master, this is a living planet. The detection system of the Discovery can sense that there are a lot of plants and animals on the planet. Fang Bing stood in front of the porthole of the Explorer. Looking at this green planet not far away. Listen patiently to the younger brother's report. But, after listening to the report, he still doesn't know what the planet is. The entourage of Discovery, I don't know either. Only know. This is a living planet, but. This is not surprising. Although the proportion of living planets in the universe is very small. But the total amount is an astronomical figure. Discover a planet they haven't heard of. It's so normal. So Fang Bing didn't think too much about it, but for the sake of stability. He still pressed his hand on the bulkhead of the Discovery. Initiated a material conversion. It took an hour. Transform the shell and structure of the entire space battleship into Uru metal. The reason why Fang Bing can do this now, still because. The shell structure technology of the space battleship is the simplest. It has been figured out by Iron Man and Ebony Maw teaming up the other day. Sent a drawing to Fang Bing, so he can now structure the shell of the Explorer. Switch to Ulu metal. After finishing, at Fang Bing's order. Landing. Fang Bing stood on the space battleship, heading towards the green planet not far away. But I don't know why. When the Discovery is getting closer to the planet, Fang Bing felt more and more ominous in his heart. At the beginning, it's not obvious yet, until the explorer approached the planet's atmosphere. Fang Bing already felt the creeps. The hairs all over his body stood up. Stop. Stop now, Fang Bing roared suddenly. The pilot of the battleship heard Fang Bing's order. Although I don't understand why, but immediately stopped the battleship in place. Although the battleship stopped, but the horror that hangs over Fang Bing but still did not disappear. On the contrary, it became more and more intense. Turn around now. Get out of here, the driver took the order. And seeing Fang Bing so nervous, he also sped up his hands and feet. The battleship quickly stuck to the atmosphere, turned around in outer space. At this time, something terrible happened. The green planet behind the battleship, it suddenly turned blood red. Moreover, a giant face that occupies the entire surface of the planet appeared on the entire planet. It's as if the whole planet is just a human head. Then, on the planet, instantly stretched out a giant palm. It shot at the space battleship Discovery, which seemed to be close at hand. Boom. Discovery's at the moment engine is just starting to kick in. There was no reaction at all. He was directly slapped by the mountain-like giant palm. Whoosh. The space battleship was photographed. Like a falling meteor, through the atmosphere. It fell straight to the giant face on the planet. The shell of a space battleship, by this slap. It collapsed in an instant. Kinds of instrument indicators in the fighter. The hazard warning lights began to flash. The engine stalled instantly. It's about to crash. Fang Bing inside the battleship, originally standing, but by this sudden blow, shocked and fell down, but he didn't try to stand up. But already realized, his own life is now at a critical juncture. If it falls into the planet below, he is dead. Because Fang Bing has just seen that star-sized face. Already realized. Where did the gangsters on the battleship take me to? Ego planet. A member of the celestial clan. God egg. Living planet. The whole planet is its body. Fang Bing is not in the mood to think about it now. Feed egg poo and stuff, because he is too late now. He doesn't respond anymore. Just die, and Fang Bing sure. Egg just hit that. It is not its true strength at all. It just wants to smash the space battleship. Fell to the ground. Become its nourishment. That's why it took so much effort. If just now Fang Bing didn't convert Discovery into Ulu metal. That now, he has followed the fighter plane. It has become a puddle of mud. Now, Fang Bing, who was lucky enough to escape with his life. There are two options. One is to immediately open the portal inside the battleship. Escape from this scary place. Second choice. It is immediately below the battleship crash. Opens a huge amounts of portal. Trying to find something wrong before egg. Escape with the battleship. Fang Bing didn't have time to think. He had made a decision in an instant. Stretch out your left and right hands respectively. Swipe at the same time. Inside the battleship and below where the battleship fell. Two portals appeared at the same time. Then Fang Bing got into the portal in the battleship in an instant. Next second, he rises from the sky above the Earth's seas. A portal that suddenly appeared rolled out, before falling into the sea. He stabilized his figure. Fly in midair. The portal is behind him. Disappeared in an instant. Fang Bing looked around with lingering fear. Looked at the sky again. Only then did he let out a long sigh of relief. Then stay where you are. Waited up. 10 minutes later. Fang Bing stretched out his hand and tried to cut a line. The portal leading to the explorer's side, no response. Swipe again and still no response, until 5 strokes. A portal was successfully opened. Fang Bing breathed a sigh of relief. Slightly glanced at the situation on the other side of the portal. But did not go in. Instead, closed the portal. Reopened a portal to the Hive Star. Fang Bing lifted his spirits. Stealth is turned on. Walked in. When it reappears. Has arrived on the Hive planet. And in the position where he appeared. Next to it is a space battleship that crashed on the surface. Explorer. Turn out to be just Fang Bing in an emergency. The two portals that were opened, it doesn't lead to the same place. Fang Bing is a dog king. Send your own portal directly. Opened on the Earth, because he decided. Even if egg catches up to Earth, Ancient One is still on Earth now. It can also help him out, and the huge portal below the Discovery fell. Fang Bing drove directly to the Hive planet, so, even if the Discovery escaped, Egg still wouldn't give up. It can also lead it far away, and also, this can also reduce the chance of Egg staring at him. Later, until Fang Bing tried through the portal. Know that not all members of the Discovery are dead. Only then probably left Egg. It should have successfully reached the Hive planet. This opened the portal of the Hive star. Discovery was found. Definitely. The reason why I didn't go directly into the portal of the Discovery just now. It was because he was afraid that the Discovery rover would crash on the planet Ego. Egg didn't kill them just yet. That way he walks through the portal. It was equivalent to sending himself into Yi Ji's palm. That's why I took another stab at it. Fang Bing is as steady as an old dog. Looked at the environment of Hive Star. Looked at the sky. No anomalies were found. That's for sure. Both himself and the Discovery have escaped from Yi Ji's clutches. Only then stepped forward to open the hatch of the Discovery. Walked in. The situation inside the battleship. Just one word. Terrible. 10 elite fighters of Thanos under his control. 8 died. Only 2 are left alive, and they were all seriously injured. Immediately, too. The reason for such a terrible death. Mainly because of the slap from Ignatius, when photographed on a battleship. Although because of Ulu metal, the battleship was not hammered directly. But that great force, but it can't be removed at all. Makes the battleship personnel with slightly poorer physique. Was shocked to death directly. Even if he wasn't killed by the shock. Also because the battleship lost power. When falling to the ground of Hive Star. He died directly. So, survive these 2. They are also the 2 with the strongest physique among the 10. Fang Bing stepped forward. Used the healing ability on them. As the 2 of them extraterrestrial mother tongue. They recovered quickly from their injuries, not 2 minutes. Already able to stand up, but he still looked terrified and terrified. The scene just encountered. I'm afraid it will become their lifelong nightmare. Fang Bing healed them. Also ignored them. He looked at the damage of the Discovery, after half pay. Only then breathed a sigh of relief, because he sees it. Discovery's hyperdrive showed no signs of damage. Just being slapped by Egg. Shocked some internal wiring. And when shooting the airframe, squeeze broke some less critical interiors. This means, it shouldn't take long for Iron Man and Ebony Maw to fix it. Fang Bing thought of this. He pressed his hand directly on the hull. Initiated a material conversion. According to the structural drawing. First repair the frame structure and shell of the hull that was shot down. After, he directly stretched out his hand. Below the ground of the battleship. Opened a huge amounts of portal. Bang. Discovery fell directly into the portal. Fang Bing also jumped down immediately. When it reappears. He and Discovery. They've all landed on Iron Man's airfield. Iron Man and Ebony Maw. He was busy in the battleship next to him. Hear this bang. Hastily ran out. Watching the sudden appearance of Discovery and Fang Bing. I couldn't close my mouth in surprise. Fang Bing didn't explain much to them either. Just asked them to check out Discovery first. Then the 2 surviving crew members. He was directly sent back to the submarine prison to recuperate. Back to Iron Man's villa. Opened a bottle of wine. Drink slowly. Soothe the mood. After an hour. Iron Man walks off the Discovery with Ebony Maw. Came in front of Fang Bing. The damaged system is not serious, and it can be repaired in about 2 weeks. Fang Bing nodded. Didn't say much. Just let them fix the Discovery as soon as possible. Inform yourself again. After. Fang Bing opened the portal directly. Back to the Hive planet. He will continue to use up the number of summoning spells today. Improve your strength as soon as possible. I just met the god Igo. It gave him a great stimulus. Let him feel his strength. It is still very weak in the universe. He also knew the plan to feed the god Igo that he had thought before. How unrealistic. Because, after really seeing Yi Ji's strength, Fang Bing doesn't think so. He was safely close to Egg. Want to feed Egg remotely in outer space? I'm afraid it will be directly destroyed by the warships sent by Yi Ji. Fang Bing did not forget. Egg can not only create immortal duplications. There is also the spherical spaceship that can instantly destroy the entire space fleet. But, after seeing Yi Ji's powerful strength, Fang Bing strengthened his determination to feed Yi Ji. Egg is a member of the celestial family, so powerful. If you can feed successfully, no matter what ability you get, to its own strength, there will definitely be a qualitative improvement. And Fang Bing also had a new idea in mind. Now that it is confirmed that it cannot be fed directly, God Egg's place again. Then don't blame him for playing dirty tricks. But even if you want to continue to start the plan to feed the God Egg, I have to wait too, because the Discovery has been damaged. It takes time to fix, and another space battleship, also used by Iron Man and Ebony Maw when researching technology, disassembled piecemeal, because if you want to study the technology of the engine, the superluminal engine must be dismantled and researched in the laboratory. So, both spaceships are now unavailable. Fang Bing can only wait, standing on the Hive Star. Fang Bing began to draw the summoning circle with his hand. Although this array is complicated, but Fang Bing has also been portrayed several times. With his ability to learn at breakneck speed and super high hand speed, now it can be drawn in 10 seconds. After drawing the summoning circle, Fang Bing skillfully recruited the gourmet maker. With the thought, 1. A large plate of kebabs appears. Fang Bing stepped forward. Put this plate of mutton skewers in the center of the summoning circle. Take a few steps back. Read the summoning spell. There is always only one truth, Fang Bing. Hear the line. He just knew it. Who was on the other side? I was a little disappointed in my heart, because the guy on the other side has no fighting power. Although the IQ is superb, reasoning ability, explosive strength, but I can't seem to use it now. What I need is combat power. It's a special one who can fight, but out of the mentality of not recruiting for nothing. Fang Bing soon signed an equal contract with the other party. After the magic light of the summoning circle flickered, summoned it out. Primary school students. Conan just came out and saw the pot of mutton skewers. Know that it's already yours. Pick it up and smell the fragrance. The body is just Conan of ordinary people. How can I resist this temptation? Picked up a bunch and ate it straight away. Wait until Conan finishes eating the kebabs. Facing Conan's questioning, trying to figure out what's going on in this world, Fang Bing has no time to argue with him. Send him back directly. Because he still has 2 summoning opportunities that are useless. Eager to see what otherworld creatures can be summoned today. Pity. This calling. Sure enough, very random. The next 2 calls. Fang Bing summoned moths once. A small crucian carp was summoned once. The little crucian carp died after jumping on the ground twice. Fang Bing who used up all the summons for today. Only then did he look at what he had just obtained. Conan's abilities list. Conan, Death God is coming. Special. He is cursed by Death God. Wherever he goes, there will be murders and death. Playing football IV9. His football skills and ability are enough to beat a whole national football team by himself. Earth piloting skills LV10. Whether it is a helicopter, a submarine, or an airplane, he can pilot it proficiently. Logical reasoning ability LV10. He has super logical reasoning ability. There is no case in the world that he cannot solve. Photographic memory IV10. He has the super ability of photographic memory, regardless of any details. Once you see it, you will never forget it. This is so luxurious. It is worthy of being the protagonist of a world. This is the list of abilities. Most of them are all kinds of full-level skills. Except for the scum of combat power. As for Conan's other abilities, Fang Bing had nothing to say. Draw. Congratulations on obtaining logical reasoning ability LV10. This is not bad. Fang Bing saw that Conan's signature ability was directly drawn. I am very happy. After getting the ability, it was opened directly. Immediately, I felt my mind became clearer. Thinking more clearly. Then Fang Bing thought again. The dirty trick that I was planning to use to feed the God Egg. Still found some loopholes, so the plan was revised again. Make planning more foolproof. After, he still stood there and recalled the past. It was indeed found. I have some plans, not so perfect. If I could get Conan's reasoning ability at that time, that now, I will definitely be stronger. But the past is the past after all. People still have to look forward. Fang Bing thought for a while after the meeting. Just stopped. He is now concerned about this newly acquired ability. Very satisfied. Although this did not directly improve his combat effectiveness. But to improve combat effectiveness faster in the future. Lay the groundwork. After all, force is important though. But the brain is not working, will also be played. After. Fang Bing did not leave Hive Planet either. Because he hasn't forgotten. I just got a 7th level Cyclops without testing. Right now on Hive Planet. It's just right to go back to Earth after the test. Because this planet is deserted. So, Fang Bing didn't bother to set up any test site by himself. Fly straight into the air. Cyclops turned on. Nourish. 2 dazzling red light beams shot from Fang Bing's eye. Following Fang Bing's movements, shooting back and forth in all directions. The mountains and the earth on the ground, but bad luck. Wherever it is swept by the laser beam, like a hot knife cutting through butter, was cut directly. Boom. A mountain was swept by a laser beam. It was cut off directly at the waist. Half of the mountain peak slanted down. In a burst of huge amounts of shock and dust, fell to the ground. Fang Bing was taken aback by his blow. Feel the power. Some unexpected. Although it was only upgraded from level 6 to level 7. It can directly cut through the mountains, peaks. Fang Bing thought about it. I think it is still necessary to test it with metal. Otherwise, it is impossible to accurately know the actual power of Cyclops now. Eager to open the mountain, although it seems exaggerated. But the mountains are just dirt and stones. The defense is actually not that high. If only this kind of thing could be cut. Even if I cut 10 more seats. Met Thanos. Can't break the defense either. So, after Fang Bing thought it over, it landed quickly. In a clearing. Pressed his hand to the ground. Initiated a material conversion. Start manufacturing. 10 minutes later, 2 large metal bodies appeared on the ground. Each piece is a cube with a length, width and height of 10 meters. Only. One piece is vibranium. The other piece is from Ulu metal. Then. Fang Bing stood 100 meters away. Launched the Cyclops again. Go all out. 2 laser beams shot at the vibranium cube at a high speed. Keep attacking. In a minute. Fang Bing stopped. Take a look at the case of the vibranium cube. It was found that vibranium had been melted to a depth of half a meter. And Ulu metal. There are just a few more shallow pits at the door. In general, power makes Fang Bing more satisfied. After all, Deadpool used level 6 Cyclops back then. Want to melt the vibranium walls when breaking out. It took a few days to melt half a meter of the vibranium wall. And now, it took me only 1 minute to melt half a meter. It even did a little damage to Ulu metal. That's already a big deal. Fang Bing even feels his Cyclops. Now it should be more than just 7 levels. I'm afraid I'll try harder. It will be promoted to level 8 soon. Otherwise, it would be impossible to explain why it was only upgraded by 1 level. The power has increased so much. If it is only level 7, it will have such great power. That's level 10. Don't you just look at the Earth. To shred the Earth. After. Fang Bing opened the portal and went home. Tossing outside for so long, he was also taken aback by that bastard egg. Fang Bing was also mentally exhausted. Need salted fish. To recover. But when he walked out of the portal to go home. But found out. Obviously someone didn't want him to salt the fish. Because. He just stood in the villa. Just heard it from the road outside the villa. Inside a parked car. Someone is following. Fang Bing laughed angrily. Why are people getting bored of living now? Dare to watch your own home? Hydra is lost by myself, you know? Walked out of the house. Called out the big sword. After a second. Right in front of that car. Jump off the big sword. Holding a big sword weighing 18,000 jin. He knocked on the car glass. Come out. Click. The glass burst directly. The man inside was angry. Kicked the car door. Walked out. Directly charged at Fang Bing. Fang Bing is carrying a big sword weighing 18,000 jin. It's as easy as carrying a chopstick, with a wave of his hand. Slap. Just whip this rage man out. Lying on the ground for a long time and unable to get up. Fang Bing stepped forward. Take a look at this person. It's just that he looks familiar. Didn't remember who he was. While he was still watching, the man on the ground slowed down. He took out 3 tubes of medicine from his body. Gudong gudong gudong. All poured into the mouth. After a while, the veins are exposed. Muscle highlights. His face was ferocious. The body size has become a little bigger. Get up in a jiffy. Roar. Charged towards Fang Bing again. Slap Kai. Fang Bing seemed to have no strength at all. It also seemed that he didn't feel that the other party had become stronger. Still just waved the big sword lightly. Then he slapped the man who had just taken the drug and fell to the ground. Tell me, who are you? Who gave you the courage to come and monitor my villa? Although Fang Bing kept his hands these few times, afraid to shoot the person in front of him to death. But be aware, his big sword weighed 18,000 caddies. It has the same weight as a golden cudgel, just a couple of taps. Also photographed the man in front of him unable to get up for a long time. But this person in front of him, obviously not ordinary people. Even if you get hit twice in a row, still didn't suffer much damage. After a while, he got up again. Look rage. He ignored Fang Bing's question at all, charged up again. Slap. 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 10 minutes later. Enough with Fang Bing. Rage Man also convinced. Not rage anymore. Maybe the effect of the potion he drank just now was exhausted. The body size shrunk back to its original form. Like a puddle of mud. Lie on the ground. I can't get up. Only then did Fang Bing receive the big sword. Step forward. Searched him, but nothing was found. The only mobile phone. I was also taken by myself just now. Fang Bing asked him again, although the man was limp on the ground. Can't move. But still glaring. Refused to speak. Fang Bing lost his patience. Reach out. The psychic scepter was taken out from the different dimension. Pointed at this person. After a while, completely controlled him. Who are you? Why spy on me? This time. With the power of Mind Gem, the men on the ground became all-knowing. Soon. Fang Bing knows everything. Turn out to be. This scruffy bearded man. It turned out to be Sky's biological father. Mr. Hyde. He comes here, to find traces of Sky. And the reason why he was able to find here, because of. When Jiaying sent the eyeless man Gordon to Sky before. Although Gordon the eyeless was killed by Fang Bing. But Jiaying in the afterlife. Sky's general whereabouts have also been known. Only. Because of Gordon who is proficient in quantum teleportation. It was originally the only access to the afterlife in the outside world. When Gordon suddenly disappeared, Jiaying's gang of strangers want to leave the paradise in the afterlife, want to send someone to New York again. It is difficult. Until recently. Only then did Jiaying send someone to contact her. Mr. Hyde has been looking for his daughter in New York. Told him. Sky News. So. Only Mr. Hyde can find the Fang Bing villa. Only. After he knows the location, because of mental problems. I dare not go directly to the villa and knock on the door. Afraid to see Sky in person. Scared her. I didn't even have the courage to admit it. That's why I kept watching outside the villa. I want to see if my daughter is here, but it's only been a while. No, Fang Bing found out. Then he was beaten. Became the current situation. Fang Bing finished listening to Mr. Hyde's words. I feel a little shit. I actually praised my father-in-law like this. Although Sky's mother Jiaying, an out-and-out badass. But Mr. Hyde, she still regards Sky as her daughter sincerely. Only. He's mentally ill. Unable to control emotions. And often have extreme ideas. Love to kill at every turn. Got it. Think about it. Fang Bing didn't feel guilty anymore. Sky had said it before anyway, the matter of her wonderful parents. Full power to Fang Bing. That being the case. Fang Bing intends to use this opportunity. Get this thing out of the way. Otherwise. Can't wait until Sky becomes Earth Sorcerer Supreme. Do you want to toss about family ethics? Moreover. Ever since Fang Bing killed Gordon the eyeless man. When she also learned that Jiaying had been plotting against Sky. He already planned. Find the afterlife. For the aliens inside. Send some warmth. I want to send warmth. Definitely first need to know where the afterlife is. But just now Fang Bing has already asked. Mr. Hyde does not know the address of the afterlife. When he went before, it was still sent back and forth through Gordon the eyeless man. Later Gordon the eyeless man died, he never went there again. Fang Bing thought for a while and asked, where is the alien who told you about Sky? Mr. Hyde said honestly, I don't know, but she can be reached by mobile phone. Fang Bing. He looked at the broken cell phone. A pain in the ass. Picked up the phone and looked at it. Even the phone card is broken. Don't even think about restoring any data. Got it. Let's go another way. Fang Bing reached out and made a move. He recruited the Mark armor again. Put on your battle armor. Let Jarvis directly hack into the server of the communication operator. Find Mr. Hyde's communication log. Then pass this. I also found the mobile phone number of another person who had contacted Mr. Hyde. The rest is easy. By tracking this phone number, Fang Bing easily from Jarvis got the whereabouts of that alien from the afterlife. Hold the appearance to be handsome. It is necessary to reverse the impression of sand sculpture netizens on themselves. Fang Bing drew out the big sword again, pulled Dr. Hyde and jumped up. Whoosh. Dozens of seconds later, he traveled across most of New York on Edgeworth flight. Suspended on the top floor of a hotel, according to Jarvis intelligence. That person is in this hotel. I don't know which room. But Fang Bing couldn't be bothered. He is standing on the roof. Activated super hearing. Listen carefully. The target was quickly determined. Fang Bing didn't bother to take back the big sword either. Eugean directly from the roof. Fly towards a room below. At the moment of contact with the hotel building, he activated the super ability to travel through matter. With Mr. Hyde and the great sword, together through the floor into the building. What? A large round bed in a luxury suite on the top floor. A woman's scream was heard. The man thought it was caused by his being too brave. On the contrary, he became braver. Fang Bing waved goodbye to her. Then it went to the next layer, and this layer. It was the room where the alien was. Now, in this room, there were actually 5 women, each holding a laptop, sitting on the bed playing games. That's nothing. The key is, these 5 women look exactly alike. They bowed their heads and played extremely focused, crackling the keyboard. Even Fang Bing stepped on a 5-meter-long big sword from the ceiling and suddenly appeared. Did not notice. Fang Bing watched this scene. I find it very interesting. He put away the big sword. He quietly walked behind them, glanced at the computer screen. F*K. 5 black 5 row. This is too much. He actually used duplication to play games. This is cheating, right? But when Fang Bing noticed their black iron rank, immediately forgave them for cheating. He patted one of the women on the shoulder. Isn't it too good? Can this make 5 kills? The woman didn't even turn her head. Put P. Obviously I was not careful. After a second, she froze, turned. I saw Fang Bing and Mr. Hyde standing beside him. You. After that things are easy. This stranger. Her power is the duplication spell, except for duplication. There is no other ability. Separated duplication. They are also weak chickens. Was easily subdued by Fang Bing. Let her put away the duplication. Fang Bing didn't talk nonsense to her either. Get out the psychic scepter. It hit her directly on the forehead. Get it under control. Then I didn't ask her the address of the afterlife. Instead, he took out a jelly bean, into her mouth. After a while, the system will sound when the mechanical prompt is in tune. Alyssa, duplication ability IV4. After being activated by Terrigen Mist, she has the super ability of duplication, and can split 4 duplications to fight together. Game Technology version 1. Her game technology is so bad that even using duplication to cheat can't save her. Melee Combat LV5. Because she has duplication skills, in order to improve her combat effectiveness, she practiced hard in melee combat skills, and her fighting ability is relatively strong. Proficient in firearms LV6. Because she possesses duplication skills, in order to improve her combat effectiveness, she worked hard on firearm shooting skills and became proficient in various firearm shooting skills. Ballet LV7. Her ballet skills are so proficient that she doesn't even have to worry about splits. Fun color. After Fang Bing read Elise's ability list. Just such an idea. Except for 1 duplication spell power. Others are not much better than ordinary people. But, according to Fang Bing's induction, her duplication, it seems something special. Several duplications are separated, are entities. Unlike his own form of icon, separated duplication. At low level. Not even an entity. This also makes Fang Bing very useful for extracting her ability. A little more interest. Draw. Congratulations, you have obtained duplication ability 4. Fang Bing was a little surprised. Good luck. She actually got her only ability that is useful to Fang Bing. After drawing, Fang Bing directly opened this ability. With a thought. In an instant, a duplication identical to himself emerged from his body. Continue. One after another, until the room. There are 4 more duplications in total, just stopped. Add the body. That is 5 people. Fang Bing stepped forward and touched the duplication. It actually has a body, completely with the living. Exactly the same. Fang Bing could even hear it. Duplication of heartbeat and blood flow in the body. And he also noticed own consciousness. Entered these 4 duplications at the same time. Can control 4 duplications to do different things at the same time. And it has nothing to do with his mental strength. Purely because of the duplication ability. Fang Bing has no time to test yet. This duplication ability duplicates itself. What are the specific differences? But the duplication girl was standing next to her. Just ask directly and you will know. So Fang Bing cleared his throat. He asked her, "What's the use of your avatar?" The duplication woman's complexion was a little strange when she heard the words. But she has been controlled by Fang Bing. Had to answer questions. Playing games, doing laundry, cleaning, fighting, and many more. Oh. Fang Bing gave the duplication woman a strange look. I didn't expect her to be so good at playing. Awesome. I admire you, but this is not what Fang Bing wants to ask. What he wants to know is, what are the characteristics of duplication female duplication? Then, Fang Bing asked more specifically. He unlocked some new knowledge. Knowledge that is not included in the 10th level of Fangzhongshu. But Fang Bing finally figured it out. It turns out that she has this duplication ability. If duplication dies, the body also feels pain. And it takes a day in order to separate out a new duplication. As for what Fang Bing asked her, duplication can have the problem of how much strength the main body has. She couldn't figure it out herself, because she originally accepted for a duplication. Just a normal person. So, other questions about this duplication ability. In the end, Fang Bing still needs to test himself. But he doesn't have the time now, because Gordon the eyeless man is dead. So the duplication female leaves the afterlife. It's the normal way to go. That is, she knows where the afterlife is. So, Fang Bing has now also got the location of the afterlife. The most important things below. Definitely go to the afterlife first. Duplication abilities and stuff like that. It can only be dealt with later. And Fang Bing believed it. If the trip goes well. Wait for the super ability that needs to be tested. I'm afraid it will be a lot. We are the NYPD Police Department. Please open the door and cooperate with the investigation. Fang Bing, who hasn't left yet, he heard a knock on the door. He knew that the tenant upstairs had called the police. But he ignored it. Opened the portal directly. Take Mr. Hyde and Mrs. Duplication, stepped in together. When walking out of the portal, already reached an altitude hundreds of kilometers away from the afterlife. This is where Fang Bing has been. The closest place to the afterlife location. Or when he traveled around the world before, passing places. High in the air. Fang Bing drew out the big sword again. Take Yujian flight with 2 people. Fly straight to the location of the afterlife. 10 minutes later. Fang Bing on super speed, flight. You can see below. A building hidden among the mountains and cliffs. So immediately turned on the invisible super ability. Bring the big sword and the 3 of them. All hide their figures. This is what Fang Bing could have done. His time-traveling super ability and invisible super ability. When you get it, it can already lead others to travel and become invisible. It's just that the effect will be relatively weakened. That's it. After a few seconds, Fang Bing has quietly entered the afterlife. He stands on the streets of the afterlife. Listen attentively. Looking for traces of Jiaying. Soon, he found his place. But he didn't trouble Jiaying first. Instead, it goes around the afterlife first. Looked at the specific situation inside the world. This is related to the ability of how many people he can draw later. As a result, look at it. Let him be slightly disappointed. Although there are quite a lot of people in the afterlife. There are hundreds of people. But most of them are ordinary people without awakening ability. They were brought here just because they might have awakening opportunities. So was brought to wait for the natural awakening. The reason why the afterlife does not use Terrigen Mist for them. One is because Terrigen Mists are too precious. And that's it. The afterlife simply cannot tell who can awakening. Who can't. If rashly against people who cannot awakening. Terrigen Mist was used. Then this person will definitely die. Although the next life is led by the bad woman Jiaying. But the afterlife originally is a just organization that helps other people of the same kind. This is because Jiaying originally did not have strong strength. Her powers are immortality, self-healing and emotional resonance. She controls the aliens in the afterlife, not by force. but by helping strangers get over the difficulty of just awakening. Let them be grateful to themselves, then use them to your advantage. And her other side. Except for the faceless Gordon who had been killed by Fang Bing. The rest of these people in the afterlife do not know at all. They always thought Jiaying is a kind-hearted, just and hard-working person. Protect all good people of the same kind. So, the hidden organization in the afterlife, it does not limit the freedom of aliens. After they help some aliens to awakening the ability. If Yiren originally wants to go home, not wanting to stay in isolation in the afterlife, then the afterlife will let Gordon the Eyeless take them out of here. Send them to the outside world, set them free. So, after Fang Bing probed around, only 7 or 8 aliens who had truly awakened ability were found. These people be regarded as the manager of the afterlife. Some are here voluntarily. Help your fellow human beings. There are also some who have exposed their identities to the outside world. Know where to go. In order to avoid the pursuit of Hydra and the military secret agency. Only then stayed in the afterlife. So, now Fang Bing's target. It is these aliens who have truly awakened super abilities. He is invisible. Read all these aliens. Confirm even if they run away later. You can also open the portal to find them at any time. Then I walked to a house in the center of the afterlife. That's Jiaying's residence. Then go. Bian took away the big sword. Removed invisibility. Suddenly appeared. In the eyes of people who come and go in the afterlife. It immediately caught their attention. There was a lot of discussion. And some people see strangers appear. Already vigilant, they sneaked to find the administrators who had awakened their abilities. This is what Fang Bing wanted. Never mind the ordinary people. He stepped forward. There was a knock on Jiaying's door. After a while, the door opened. A beautiful, glamorous and terrifying woman appeared in front of the door. Beauty. Gorgeous because she does look good. The horror is because her face was once mutilated because of it. The horrible scar left after suturing again. When Jiaying opened the door, see the stranger at the door. And her husband. And the duplication woman she sent to inform her husband. I froze for a moment, but then a gentle smile appeared. It turns out that the guests are here, please come in. Fang Bing nodded. He followed her into the house. After closing the door, no nonsense, instantly took control of her. Jiaying, who has basically no combat power. There is no way to resist Fang Bing. Then, Fang Bing took out the psychic scepter. Pointed at her. Easily controlled her. Go, inform the aliens who have been awakened, and come here for a meeting. Jiaying nodded. Then go out. The process went smoothly. Because afterlife comes stranger things, it has almost reached the ears of those strangers. After a few minutes, Jiaying took a few strangers with her. Back again. Fang Bing took a look. Really? Not a bad one. Here. The reason why Fang Bing took this effort. I didn't come directly to the door and force feed the jelly beans one by one. Because of. He did not intend to destroy the afterlife. It is also not intended to kill or control all aliens, good or evil. His original purpose today. There are only 2. One is to settle Sky's affairs. The other is to extract the abilities of these aliens. Definitely. After watching the situation in the afterlife, Fang Bing immediately changed his mind. There is one more plan. That is, let the afterlife continue like this. As long as the afterlife exists, also continue to run. Then it will constantly help the aliens who have the ability awakening ability. This means, Fang Bing also has a way to continuously extract abilities. Anyway, he already knew the location of the afterlife. Also controlled the leader Jiaying, can come again anytime. Inside the room. Things behind, it's that simple. With the cooperation of Jiaying, Fang Bing easily let all the strangers present. They all drank the tea voluntarily, then just let them go. And Fang Bing also successfully heard a few ding 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 system prompts. After, he didn't check the system information first. Instead, start addressing the present moment first. First, Fang Bing released the duplication girl. It just erased her memory of the incident, then set her free. And for Sky's wonderful parents, Mr. Hyde and Jiaying. It's definitely not that simple. Although Fang Bing was concerned about Sky's feelings. Unwilling to kill them, but also use the psychic scepter directly. Erase their memory of Sky, and in their subconscious. An order was issued. That is, never think about your daughter again. And also, Fang Bing and I know from Jiaying. She has something about the daughter of Sky. In the afterlife. Except her and Mr. Hyde, duplication woman. And Gordon the eyeless man, who was long dead. Because Jiaying has been hiding it. Others do not know. So, Fang Bing completely solved this trouble As for Fang Bing who just appeared suddenly. To make the afterlife into a matter of continuously acquiring super ability bases. He also arranged a rigorous backhand. First go through the mind gem. Change Jiaying's thinking. Let her stop thinking about conquering the world every day. Don't make trouble. Cultivate aliens well in the afterlife. Help more capable humans awakening. Then. Definitely gave Jiaying a contact method. Whenever there is an alien awakening in the afterlife. Fang Bing must be notified in time. When Fang Bing received the message, you can come directly to feed and extract ability. And for convenience. I was in a meeting with other alien managers just now. Jiaying also declared. Fang Bing is also a stranger. And joined the afterlife. So, when Fang Bing comes back later. That's right. Finished things in the afterlife. Fang Bing opened the portal and left. When he walked out of the portal again. Has arrived at the hive star far away in the universe. The system beeped so many times just now. Fang Bing was impatient for a long time. After leaving the portal. Fang Bing began to check the system records. Jiaying, swallowing and prolonging life. She can absorb the energy of the alien, infinitely prolong her life, and keep her youth forever. Self-healing factor IV3. When she receives normal damage, she can slowly and automatically heal. Empathy IV7. When she is close to a creature, she can easily feel and appease the creature's emotions. Motorcycle driving skills V2. Although she has lived for thousands of years, she still can't drive a motorcycle well. Melee combat LV5. Although she didn't practice much, her life experience of thousands of years still allowed her to hone extraordinary melee combat skills. Lincoln Campbell Fang Bing quickly read all the extracted ability lists. After, he came directly to a batch draw. Congratulations on obtaining Empathy IV7. Congratulations on getting the bow and arrow shooting V5. Congratulations, you have obtained the power control, special. Congratulations on getting the wall building skills V10. Congratulations on obtaining Hellblade IV8. Congratulations on getting the weeding skills, V9. Drain all abilities. Fang Bing counted. A total of 3 super abilities were drawn. They are Empathy, Power Control, and Hellblade. Empathy is drawn from Jiaying. Power Control was drawn from Lincoln Campbell. Hellblade. It was drawn from a fierce-looking alien. In addition, Fang Bing got from the duplication girl before. The duplication ability drawn. This wave. Fang Bing made a lot of money. Obtained 4 super abilities directly. It's just that he doesn't know it yet. These super abilities have somewhat enhanced him. So now comes the Hive Planet. After Fang Bing draws super ability. Just test it out. The first thing to test. Naturally, it is the duplication ability obtained at the beginning. Fang Bing wanted to see it. I can use it to display some combat effectiveness. But he didn't have much hope either. After all, the duplication female's duplication ability. It's only level 4, his figure flickered. 4 duplications appeared next to Fang Bing one by one. Under the control of Fang Bing. Showing different funny expressions respectively. It's like a group of psychopaths in a meeting. Then, Fang Bing controlled them to do some messy things again. Discovery is indeed at your beck and call. Incredibly smooth. Then, Fang Bing controls them. Or use those super abilities that you have experienced one by one. What's calling the wind and rain? What electric current shock? Tried one by one. Found no problem. Even the shape of icon can be used. However, the form of icon that duplication recruited. Weaker. And other super ability. Used by duplication. Fang Bing estimated. Only 40% of the power. This exactly matches the level of the duplication power. So Fang Bing calculated. A 4th level duplication ability. Only 4 duplications can be summoned, with 40% power. Every level thereafter, it should increase the amount by 1 and increase the power by 10%. To the full level, then this ability is abnormal. He can directly recruit 10 of himself with full strength. That was a blast. This ability, put it on the duplication woman. It can only be used to bully ordinary people. Because she is too weak, but in Fang Bing's hands. It's simply a miracle. Even more divine skill than the shape of icon. The shape of icon spell. Practice to the top. Although countless duplications can be summoned instantly, but at most it can only have half the strength of the body. When encountering a strong enemy, a duplication of half strength. No matter how much. What's the use of everyone's strength if they can't break the defense? But this duplication ability is completely different. If Thanos alone can beat Fang Bing too, then Fang Bing immediately recruited 10 duplications with exactly the same strength as him. There are 11 people in total. Gang beat up Thanos together. It would be strange not to beat him into scum. After Fang Bing pressed his hand to the ground again, some metal weights were manufactured. The strength of 4 duplications was tested. Also recruited the Peerless Blade. 4 duplication defenses were tested. And personally released a few power shocks on the 4 duplications. Tested their energy resistance. Finally, Fang Bing completely confirmed his guess. These 4 duplications present strength. Both attack and defense speed, or spells and so on. They are completely 40% of their own. And Fang Bing also asked duplication to open the portal by itself. Went to the Earth. Went to the Moon. Then find out. I can also remotely control these duplications from a distance. Half a universe away is fine. This is too hanging. This made Fang Bing instantly think of his subsequent plans. Including entry into Atalan. Feed the celestial cubs. Feed the sky god egg. Wait for the plan. Duplication can be added. Make the plan more thorough and perfect. Also safer. The reason why I never thought of using duplication to implement the plan. It is because of the shape of Akon. It simply cannot be done. That thing is spell formation. If the distance is too far, it will dissipate directly. Fang Bing tested it. Now he can control the duplication of the shape of Icon at most on the Earth. Duplication through the portal. Went to the Moon. Just dissipate directly. So, the duplication ability is undoubtedly huge amounts of help to Fang Bing. Whether now or in the future, this was completely beyond his original expectations. Therefore, Fang Bing thinks, you must quickly improve this duplication ability. This is one of the important ways to make yourself stronger. As for how to improve this ability, Fang Bing has already had experience as well. The super ability of Fan Yiren, want to improve. It is nothing more than multi-purpose. I use it a lot. Naturally improved. And meditation can also slowly improve. So, convenience is already planned. These 4 duplications. It will not be recalled. Just let them exist all the time. This is equivalent to honing the duplication ability all the time. He himself seized the time to meditate more. Might be able to raise the duplication ability to level 5 in the near future. After Fang Bing looked at the empathy ability obtained from Jiaying. Actually, only get this ability from Jiaying. Consistent with Fang Bing's wishes, because she has the ability that makes her immortal. It's just too much nonsense. Every few decades, you have to devour a stranger. To prolong life and stay young forever. This ability. In Fang Bing's view, just rubbish, he doesn't need it. Before. From Thor, obtained Asgard royal deity. It has provided Fang Bing with a lifespan of at least 5,000 years. And it will make him stronger as he grows older. So, Fang Bing doesn't have to think about lifespan at all. 5,000. No matter how bad Fang Bing is. It will definitely allow him to have the ability of immortality. So, on Jiaying, the only one that works for Fang Bing. That is, this empathy is beyond ability. The so-called empathy. Fang Bing still knows something. Jiaying these years. Why do you want to be the leader of the afterlife? By virtue of her age. Not all. Mainly because of her empathy ability. Because, in humans awakening super ability, some people experience side effects. For example, Gordon the eyeless man. He was originally a boy with good eyesight, but because of the sudden awakening of the ability. As a result, the eyes disappeared directly. How is this acceptable? Must be crazy. And Jiaying, with her empathy ability. I can feel Gordon's confusion and pain. Also comfort him with empathy ability. Helped him through. Pulled Gordon out of despair. So, only the blind man Gordon will be loyal to Jiaying. Even knowing that she is not a good person, he is also willing to follow her all the way to the dark with all his heart. This gave Fang Bing a general understanding. The role of empathy ability. It should be divided into 2 parts. One is to feel the emotions of others. Is it sadness or pain? Be happy or angry? Then, you can also use your own kindness. Or other emotions. Infect others. Let others experience it. Do you pity or cherish yourself? Either hate it or like it. But the hive planet has long been desolate. Even an ant is hard to find. Fang Bing has no way to test this ability. So he planned to go back to the villa later, try Wanda. As for now, he will continue to try other super abilities. Next. Power control. For the newly acquired power control, Fang Bing was a little confused, because Lincoln's ability is to discharge electricity. Fang Bing knew it, originally thought his super ability. It may also be the same electric energy shock as himself. But I didn't expect it. His super ability turned out to be electricity control? Does changing the name make a difference? Fang Bing couldn't figure it out. So I haven't turned on this ability just now. Until now. It's time to test. Fang Bing is only in his own system ability list. Enabled this power control. Special, but just enable instant. Something unexpected happened to Fang Bing. Ding. The system's mechanical notification sounds. Congratulations on upgrading your Power Shock LV10 to Thunder Fury V5. Not only. Fang Bing also saw. Own system list. The electric energy control just drawn from Lincoln. It disappeared together with the original full-level electric shock. Then. There is an extra ability called Thunder Fury. And only level 5. Fang Bing lived in Bungbu. What the hell? Can the dog system still have this kind of operation? Why give me a full-level power shock? Give me back power control. 2 super abilities melted into a 5th-level broken thing for me? Have I agreed? Fang Bing, who took a long time to relax. Check out the new super ability. I can only admit it. After all, he had already discovered it, his broken system. There is no wisdom at all. Not to mention posting 10 missions. I wanted to ask something and there was no response at all. All operations depend on Fang Bing's own exploration. So. Now ability automatically integrate upgrade. Fang Bing guessed that the system rule should be triggered. Only then will this happen. But. Look at the name of the new ability. It is more upscale than before. Should be even stronger? Thunder Fury LV5. You can control the power of thunder to destroy everything. The system introduction is also very simple. I can only rely on Fang Bing to figure it out. Now. He just hopes. This 5th level can Thunder Fury. Can it be stronger than the previous full-level electric energy shock? Unlock Thunder Fury. Fang Bing felt it immediately. There is a powerful force that melts into the whole body. Immediately. He felt something. Make a fist. Zilla. Zilla. Lightning flashed all over his body. Click. In the air around you. The void generates electricity. Thunder and lightning flashed one after another. F*K. Fang Bing suddenly felt that this wave made a lot of money. Because. He didn't activate the ability just now. Just feel it. Such an anomaly was created. This is similar to the power of thunder after Thor awakening. It feels a bit like it. He who realizes this. Soon. The idea moved again. The whole body was covered with the power of thunder. The sound of Zilla Zilla is endless. Thunder jumped on his body. Looking at a huge boulder in the distance, Fang Bing waved his hand. A bolt of lightning suddenly appeared out of thin air. Click. Split on the boulder. Chop it into powder. What is this? Not just with Thor when using the power of Thor. The same? This force is much higher than the previous electric shock. Before. Fang Bing has electric blast. Can only shoot electric current from the body to attack others. It simply cannot be done. Such things as summoning thunder out of thin air. Because. Electric shock. That's called super ability. Summons thunder out of thin air. This obviously has nothing to do with abilities. This is the power of God or the power of magic. Completely higher than 1 grade. And. The power of thunder. It must be much stronger than electric current and the like. Just look at Thor. After the force of Thor awakening. Handheld Stormbreaker. Attach the power of Thor to it. An axe could tear Thanos open. In the end, he even chopped off Thanos' head with an axe. This means. This power. Just match it with an artifact. Totally breakable Thanos defenses. Only. Fang Bing didn't know. Thor's later the power of Thor is how much awakening. That's why it's all done. Compared with his own Thunder Fury. Which is weaker and which is stronger? Now Thanos is not in sight either. There is no way to get Fang Bing to try twice. So. Fang Bing had no choice but to find a reference object to test. Press your hands to the ground. initiated a material conversion. A gigantic chunk of vibranium and uru metal soon appeared on the ground. Fang Bing reached out and made a move. Corvus Glaive's peerless blade of uru metal appeared in the hand. Fang Bing held the peerless blade. With a thought, a powerful force of thunder poured into the interior of the boulder blade. Zilla. Thunderbolts appeared on the surface of the peerless blade. Fang Bing held the peerless blade, stepped forward. He slashed down towards the vibranium metal block with all his strength. Click. 1 meter thick block of vibranium metal. It was split in half directly. Fang Bing slashed down again. Vibranium metal block. Divide directly into 2. Try here. Fang Bing was already very happy in his heart. Because the original peerless blade, with its sharpness, split vibranium, but go down with a knife. It can only penetrate more than 20 centimeters. But now, a full knife cut half a meter deep. Although this is also the reason why Fang Bing's strength has increased. But it can also be seen that the fury of thunder is attached to the weapon. For damage increase, Fang Bing walked towards Wooloo metal next to him with a knife. It also slashed down with a thunderous knife. A scar a few centimeters deep appeared on the Ulu metal. Before, Fang Bing held the peerless blade. Cut Ulu metal, but only white marks can be cut out. Now it's broken, Fang Bing thinks, with their current attack power. Have you been able to break Thanos' defense? But he wasn't sure about that, because he knows the peerless blade alone will definitely not be able to break through Thanos' defense. The reason for saying this, it's because he remembers. Corvus Glaive later betrayed Thanos, then take Thanos with the peerless blade. But Thanos caught it empty-handed. The peerless blade was directly broken by empty hands. So, plus own Thunder Fury, even if it can break through Thanos. It is estimated that it is also difficult to fight. Thanos' thing is a physical attack full. Physical and magic dual resistance is also piled with violent battles. Although he can't do magic, but he only relies on these. Already able to cross the universe, after tried out Thunder Fury's melee buff, Fang Bing remembered. I haven't tested Thunder Fury's long-range attack yet. How powerful it is. Then, he unleashed the fury of thunder with all his strength. A huge amounts of thunder fell from the sky, knocked the ground out into a huge amounts of deep pit. Fang Bing was satisfied. Look at the power. It is definitely much stronger than the full-level electric shock. And then he tried a range attack. Same. Electricity from the void. Thunder all over the sky. Hit the ground. Numerous deep pits have been punched in the ground. See this. Fang Bing thinks. If it is necessary to keep alive in the future, be sure to take it lightly. Otherwise, use a little force. Weaker enemies. Maybe there's not even a scum left. Finished testing Thunder Fury. Fang Bing is very satisfied. Especially the increase of Thunder Fury to melee weapons. Make him more satisfied. Only, the peerless blade is a deformed weapon. Fang Bing is not used to it at all, so he has never used it to kill people. Fang Bing prefers weapons like big swords, so he is thinking, when the opportunity arises, should we also go to the depths of the universe? Look for that one. Build Stormbreaker for Thor. The Dwarf King who built the Infinity Gauntlet for Thanos. Let him also create a great sword for himself? Anyway, Ulu metal itself has a lot, and Dwarf King. The power of fixed star core can be extracted directly. Inject weapons. Forge weapons into artifacts. This is something the hill dwarf boulders summoned by Fang Bing cannot do. But which planet is the Dwarf King on? Fang Bing didn't know at all. So now he can only let this idea go. Bury it in the bottom of my heart first. Wait for the opportunity in the future. For example, ask Thor? Even ask the imprisoned Hela? Might have an answer. After. Fang Bing did not put away the vibranium and Ulu metal on the ground. Rather it is vibranium that will be split. Use substance conversion again. Become a complete piece. The reason for this. Because of. He hasn't forgotten. I got 4 super abilities this time. 3 have been tested. There is one last kind. The super ability with a bad name has not been tested. Hellblade. And it's the 8th level Hellblade. This made Fang Bing very curious. What the hell is this thing? Soon, he activated the super ability of Hellblade. Launch. Then, Fang Bing found himself in the hands. One more dagger. A dagger gleaming with scarlet blood. That's it. The so-called Hellblade. Such a hanging name. As a result, the super ability is to be able to summon a dagger out of thin air? Fang Bing felt as if he had been tricked. He reached out and shook it, trying to throw the dagger in his hand, but found out. This dagger can't get out of the body at all. Can only appear in his hand. And not only can the dagger be summoned with one hand, can also summon two daggers, dual wield. But what is the use of this thing? Fang Bing was puzzled. A dagger that can only attack in melee, is it a bit tasteless for him? But considering that the level of Hellblade is so high, the name is so hanging, anyway, it can be regarded as a super ability. Fang Bing was still holding a dagger, stabbed towards Ulu metal. Clang. The blade of hell directly hit the metal block. Fang Bing took a closer look. Ulu metal was poked a little bit. Although the damage is small, but this is Ulu metal, the hardest metal in the universe. Can it be broken by this so-called Hellblade? This is too incredible. Fang Bing's heart suddenly felt this hell's blade. I changed my mind. Although it is small, although it doesn't look useful, but use it. It's really hanging. This sharpness, it's almost the same as the blade of the Peerless, right? And Fang Bing immediately thought of one thing. He had a thought. Instilled the power of thunder towards the dagger. Really feasible. Fang Bing held the dagger imbued with the power of thunder again, stoked towards Ulu metal with all its strength. Really. Under the increase of the power of thunder, Hell's blade also has the effect of the Peerless blade just now. Can hack into Uru metal. This is equivalent to Fang Bing having another artifact level weapon. And it can be summoned suddenly from the hand at any time. This is more convenient than Peerless blade. The Peerless blade is not only a deformed weapon, and it's big. Where is the Hellblade convenient? Fang Bing with Hellblade. You can instantly become the most dangerous assassin. After playing with Hellblade for a while, Fang Bing opened the portal directly back to Earth. When walking out of the portal, he has appeared in the living room of the villa. Wanda at the moment has also been practiced on the sofa in the villa, seriously watching the romance drama on TV, holding a bag of potato chips in his hand. One by one, it was fed into the mouth in a daze. In TV, the hero and heroine are parting for life and death. Wanda also looked sad, very entertaining. Fang Bing looked at her like this, somewhat funny. Then I remembered. The empathy ability I just acquired. Just in front of Wanda. Just take her for a try? Then Fang Bing turned on the empathy super ability. Probed towards Wanda. Then he felt Wanda's emotions. Sure enough, she was very involved in watching TV. In the mood at the moment. She's working on a TV show. Feeling sad, angry, and a little blue, Fang Bing thinks. This is wrong. Watch some TV. How can you be so emotionally involved? Have a look. The tears are about to flow out. It always hurts so much. Then Fang Bing decided. Share with her the joy of your quadruple draw. Empathy starts immediately. Wanda sitting on the sofa. Something is wrong. She doesn't know why. Suddenly felt an inexplicable joy. I want the joy of dancing in place. But he was obviously very sad just now, wasn't he? What's going on? Then she glanced at Fang Bing, who had just stepped out of the portal. Oh, could it be that I am happy because Fang Bing is back? Oh, that's all fun now. Just keep watching TV. Wanda continued to stare at the TV intently. Then she found out the original tear-jerking plot. Now she watches. Unexpectedly want to laugh. So completely unbearable. What's the matter? What the hell is going on? Was it a sudden mental illness? Wanda panicked a little. Until she saw it. Fang Bing stood beside him with a smirk on his face. Immediately realized. What happened to yourself? It is absolutely inseparable from Fang Bing. Immediately short of breath. Shouting, give me back the TV series, he rushed towards Fang Bing. Crack. 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 The result was no surprise. After a fuss, Wanda, who wants to stand up and call the shots, was easily subdued. Obediently blushing, she sat back on the sofa. Continue watching her TV. Fang Bing tested the empathy super ability on her. Just let her go. Ready to catch up on sleep. Recent. He found himself seeming a bit busy. It's not like salted fish at all. How can that work? I have worked hard to improve my strength. In the end, for what? Not just to lie flat. In order to make a salted fish safely? Now I don't even have time to sleep in. How can this be? Then, he decisively gave up. I originally planned to meditate hard. Getting ready tonight. It doesn't matter if the sky falls apart. Be sure to get some sleep. Go to bed. Lie flat. Sleep. Jingle bell. Boom. The phone rings suddenly. Put just into good condition. Fang Bing, who was falling asleep, was so angry that he almost broke the bed. Turn over and sit up. Pick up the phone and have a look. It's Iron Man calling again. Fang Bing regained his spirits immediately. Did Iron Man fix the spaceship, or has he developed the perfect version of Extremis? Or did he research and understand the hyperdrive? Fang Bing decided, if Iron Man finds himself. If only I could give myself good news, then forgive him. Next. Ha ha. What's the matter? Fang Bing asked lightly. The Mandarin you asked me to pay attention to earlier, he was snatched from prison today. Fang Bing heard this, suddenly remembered. I also arranged for Iron Man before. It is to let him use the energy of Stark Industries. Spy on that fake Mandarin for myself, if he is jailed. Just inform yourself. The reason is, this fake Mandarin. Because they borrowed the name of the Ten Ring Gang. It was considered by the Ten Rings Gang. It's an insult to yourself. After being robbed by the Ten Ring Gang, you can find the Ten Ring Gang with Fang Bing. Go further to find Shenlong Village, after getting the news. Fang Bing looked at the time on his phone. Think now is not the time. Because he knew that the Ten Rings Gang base was very far from New York. Not in this country at all. So, even if the Ten Ring Gang took away the fake Mandarin, it also takes a certain amount of time to return to the base. As for whether the Ten Ring Gang will directly kill the fake Mandarin, Fang Bing is not worried at all, because according to the plot, the fake Mandarin is the name given by the big boss of the Ten Ring Gang. The Ten Ring Gang is headed by Wen Wu, caught a fake Mandarin. Did not kill him either, and imprisoned him. Perform plays exclusively for yourself, because this fake Mandarin, originally just an excellent drama actor. So, Fang Bing thought about it, snapped. Lie flat again. Sleep. Even if the sky is falling, I can't stop me from sleeping. Fang Bing continued to sleep in peace. This time, no one bothered him anymore. This sleep. I slept until the next day when I went up to 3 poles. After Fang Bing got up, I looked at the sky. I looked at my watch again. Turned into a mosquito. Stealth is turned on. Then he stretched out his hand and opened a portal of mosquito file size. Flew in. When coming out of the portal, he found himself in an airplane. At the moment, it is flying steadily at high altitude. Several members of the Ten Ring Gang, watching the fake Mandarin show them a funny drama for fun. Fang Bing knows it. I'm still early. 10 rings help these people. Still on the way. More haste, less speed. Fang Bing opened the portal again. Flew in. Left the plane. Prepare to wait and come again. When he flew out of the portal, has arrived near a university in London. That's right. Fang Bing is here to set up a stall again. Since there is nothing else, he still feels it. It's better to set up more stalls. After all, his earth science knowledge level has reached level 8. There are 2 more levels, it's full level. At that time, he will have the knowledge and technology level to catch up with steel. A plan to form an army of steel universes, it can also be put on the agenda. So, set up a stall when you have nothing to do. Good. Just this time, he didn't call Polaris Lorna as a waiter again. Just called her the day before yesterday. She comes every day as a waiter. How to go to class. So, Fang Bing decided. Call her next time. Forget it this time. Let her study hard and make progress every day. Old rules. Bring out the food truck. Push it to the side of the road opposite the school gate. Fang Bing began to concentrate on making dark dishes. Dark cuisine this time. Fang Bing was slightly perfunctory. Just pick one. Iceland dry sharks. This world. There is also this dish. It is made by drying shark meat and fermenting it. Shark meat is dried for 4 to 5 months. Originally it would smell bad. The kind that makes you sick when you smell it. But that's not all. After plugging dry, it should also be stored in airtight tanks for fermentation. Fermented that taste, especially ecstasy. And Fang Bing's Icelandic dry shark dish today. It is to cook this darkness. Change the packaging. Packed into a small canning jar. 10 minutes later. Fang Bing has successfully produced 1,000 cans. Because there is no waiter Lorna to help, he can only follow the previous sales method. Put up the bulletin board. The cans were then placed on the food truck counter. And skillfully use the gourmet maker. Made roast chicken that is always fragrant. Put it under the counter. Persistent fragrance. Hook up pedestrians passing by. After a set of operations. The dining car is officially open. Fang Bing is also the same. Take out your phone. Just start playing games. Wait for him to get dozens of pentakills in a row. Was reported one after another. After title. When I raised my head again, I found that my 1,000 cans were sold out. Several hours have passed. I couldn't help but sigh in my heart. Really, it's still time for salted fish to pass the fastest. Icelandic dry sharks are powerful, even nasty. Not as good as kasumasu cheese with fly larvae. But it is also a very dark dish. Acceptable people. Not many. So, Fang Bing had another bumper harvest. This time he drew 700 abilities. Incorporate his knowledge of earth science. It went up a little bit again, at the current pace. Fang Bing had the final say. Set up a maximum of 5 more stalls. It can also be promoted to level 9, but although Fang Bing has gained a lot of scientific knowledge, this time, I didn't meet anyone special. Didn't get a single super ability. Fang Bing is thinking. Is it because he didn't bring the waiter Lorna this time? Not to mention, think about it this way. It's really mysterious, because since he hired Polaris Lorna as a waiter. Good luck every time, so, Fang Bing thinks. Take her with you as much as possible in the future. Let her be the mascot. Maybe luck will be better. After, since no super ability was drawn, there is no need to test again. Fang Bing closed the stall directly. He was still thinking about it. It's been another day. It's time for the cooldown of summoning. Ready to close the booth. Just go and call a few more rounds. Result. He miscalculated the time. Summoning still doesn't work. It is estimated that it will not be able to cool down until dark. Then, Fang Bing can only get up with salty fish. After closing the booth, back to the villa. Had a lavish lunch with Wanda. After eating, I remembered the rhetoric when I obtained the duplication technique. Meditated for a while. In the afternoon, Fang Bing felt that the time should be almost up. This launched the quantum induction. Sensed a bit. That fake Mandarin. There is no one else around. This becomes a mosquito. Turn on invisibility. Opened the portal and walked in. But, let Fang Bing completely unexpected situation appeared. When he just walked out of the portal, I saw it. There is someone next to the fake Mandarin. A handsome old man with 10 metal rings around his arms. Sitting on a chair. Watch the performance of fake Mandarin. What's the matter? Why did quantum sensing go wrong? Stealthy mosquito version of Fang Bing just came out. Still in a daze. I don't understand what's going on. Accident happened again. The man with the 10 rings. The moment he came out, suddenly turned around. Also looked at Fang Bing's location. Fang Bing thought it was the appearance of the portal that caught his attention. Hastily flew away with a whoosh. But, no matter where he flies, the 10 ring gang is headed by Wen Wu, can keep up with his speed. Turn to look at him. Fang Bing's heart is full of shit. Dude. I'm in a state of invisibility, can you respect me? Fang Bing at the moment. Already aware of how things are going. Out of their own expectations, because this 10 ring gang chief Wen Wu. It's kind of weird, not only. Wen Wu quickly stood up. He stretched out his hand and waved towards Fang Bing's position. A burst of huge amounts of energy, boom, called to Fang Bing's position in an instant. Fang Bing sensed the aura of danger, did not dare to resist. Extreme speed broke out immediately. Kankan dodged the blow. I was scolding my mother in my heart, now he sees it. This 10 ring gang chief Wenwu, absolutely not easy. Simply, it's so strong. Not only can it not be recognized by quantum induction, also keep up with your own speed, it can also see through its own invisibility. An energy attack that is sent out at will. Both are so strong. This is so wrong. When I watched a movie in my previous life, I didn't feel that civil and martial arts are so lazy. Could it be that the director's budget is not enough? Civil and military attacks did not stop. Where did Fang Bing fly to? Wherever he attacked with a burst of energy, Fang Bing dodged civil and military attacks. The scene was once no different from anti-aircraft guns hitting mosquitoes. And Fang Bing is that mosquito. Wenwu is an anti-aircraft gun with unlimited ammunition. Fang Bing complained in his heart, it feels so off the charts. Original. Fang Bing's plan is after entering the 10-ring gang through the counterfeit Mandarin. Secretly found the gang leader Wenwu. It is easy to control civil and military using mind gem. Get his 10 rings. Then let Wenwu go find his pair of sons and daughters. Because. Enter the map of Shenlong village. Write on his son and daughters carry necklaces. Got the necklace. Get a map. Enter Shenlong village. Perfect. Can now. The first step is so stuck. Fang Bing can only think in his head. What to do next. After a while, he had an idea. Then. He turned into a mosquito. No longer flying in circles with Wenwu. Instead, the speed exploded. In an instant, he flew to Wenwu's side. Changed back to the body. He recruited the psychic scepter smoothly. Wu point to go. Clang. K. The psychic scepter is blocked. Blocked by a ring. Because. The moment Fang Bing approached. The 10 rings on Wenwu's arms. Wu Huan broke away from his arm in an instant. Wrapped around Wenwu's body. To defend. In an instant. Block Fang Bing's psychic scepter. In this instant. Wenwu also reacted. The right arm still covered with the remaining 5 rings vibrated. Boom towards Fang Bing. Fang Bing was helpless. All I could do was punch him. Immediately he was beaten and flew out. Flying Fang Bing in midair before landing. Only one thought remained. It's really outrageous to know his divine power level. Already reached level 7. One punch. There are dozens of tons. Head to head. But never touched Wenwu. This is so unscientific. A gangster. Is it hanging like this too? Fang Bing was not convinced. Psychokinesis launched. Forcibly stopped the flying body. Attack towards civil and military again. Since the intrigue doesn't work, then give it a try. Wenwu smiled. Watch Fang Bing use only fists. There was no more energy attack. He just took the 10 rings to fight. Bang 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 bang. Fang Bing showing his figure. In this way, he fought with Wenwu with a fist and a kick. After a while, Fang Bing found out. I am actually good at melee combat skills. It was also suppressed by civil and military forces. If it wasn't for fighting against him, this meeting has been abolished by civil and military forces. Then, Fang Bing summoned the Hellblade he had just obtained. Dual-wielding Hellblades that flicker with thunder. Charged up again. The knives were cut at the 10 rings. Because Fang Bing knew it a long time ago, civil and military are so powerful. The root lies in the 10 rings, own Hellblade. After covering thunder, can directly hurt Uru metal. I don't believe that I can't cut off 10 rings. Just destroy the 10 rings, that Wenwu himself. It's nothing to worry about. Result. Hellblade. Really cut 10 rings. The blade of hell is as sharp as the peerless blade. Comes with the increase of thunder fury, pierced on the 10 rings. Not even a white seal came out. And even if Fang Bing uses his current most powerful attack method, the thunder of thunder fury attacks civil and military, it was still blocked by the 10 rings. Then, Fang Bing took the initiative to step back a few steps and stopped. After this confrontation, Fang Bing could see it. This 10 rings gang is civil and military, whether it is power speed attack. All are not under him, even stronger than myself. Not only, this guy can do martial arts. Melee combat is better than my 6th level master level melee combat skills. In terms of defense, there are 10 rings to help. Watertight. Simply a monster. Fine. Although Fang Bing can't help civil and military. In fact, civil and military can't do anything to Fang Bing. His instant reaction speed in battle, although about the same as Fang Bing. But the movement speed is far inferior to Fang Bing. And there are many ways to Fang Bing, also very resistant to beating. Although civil and military physical attacks can break Fang Bing's defense. But even if it breaks, hurt, Fang Bing's self-healing ability will also be restored immediately. As for the energy attack of the 10 rings, Fang Bing hadn't fought hard yet. So don't know yet, but he didn't want to know either. He just wanted to figure it out. Why is the 10 rings so strong? Yes. After this battle, Fang Bing has confirmed it even more. The power of civil and military, the root is the 10 rings. Because 10 rings, even harder than Ulu metal. To know, Ulu metal is the hardest metal in the universe. The 10 rings are harder than that. Explain what? It means that the 10 rings may not come from this universe at all. This could not help but remind Fang Bing of what he had learned about the 10 rings. 10 rings. Later, it was passed on to Wenwu's son Shang-Chi. The old king magician of Kamar Taj came to the door. Tell Shang-Chi. The 10 rings are artifacts that existed thousands of years ago. And, since civil and military millennia ago, got it and used it for the first time. Kamar Taj detected the outgoing signal from the 10 rings. Unidentified signals that continue to send out. Even Kamar Taj couldn't figure out what the 10 rings were. Where is the signal sent? So, for thousands of years, Kamar Taj has actually been spying on Wenwu and his 10 rings all along. Fang Bing remembered this memory, combined with my own personal experience just now. Can't help but think big, this 10 rings. Wouldn't it be something from another multi-universe? Or otherworld? But these, it was only the distracting thoughts that flashed through Fang Bing's mind in an instant. He has bigger problems to solve right now, that is. Next step. How to deal with civil and military affairs. Think for a moment. Fang Bing weighed the strength of both sides. I feel that I can't handle civil and military affairs by force for the time being. Since force can't handle it, so it's easy to negotiate? Then, Fang Bing stepped back and stood still. He said, I have no malice, I am here to help you. Civil and military have also discovered it long ago. I couldn't do anything to the person opposite who broke into the base suddenly. See Fang Bing speak. Also stopped attacking. He smiled faintly and asked, oh, but I don't think I need anything, your help. Fang Bing smiled slightly mysteriously. Don't you want to enter Taro Village again? Taro Village is the real name of the paradise where the dragon is hidden. When Wu heard this, the smile disappears. His complexion changed dramatically, but soon became expressionless again. How did you know the existence of Taro Village? What is your purpose in going there? Fang Bing shook his head. I just heard that it's amazing. I just want to see it. The key is you. Don't you want to go there to find your wife? The reason why Fang Bing said so, the reason is, Wenwu's wife used to be a member of Shenlong Village. An Asgardian from Dragon Village. Civil and military have fought for thousands of years. Conquered countless forces and lands. Decades ago. When he heard about the magical place like Shenlong Village, he immediately led an army to invade, but not there yet. The whole army was wiped out by the trap outside Shenlong Village. He was alone. Then I met the Asgardian of Shenlong Village. That is his future wife. I don't know if it was because of the color that the water was released. Never beat this Asgardian with 10 rings. Failed to enter Shenlong Village. But he succeeded in falling in love with the Asgardian at first sight. Married her. He took her away from Shenlong Village. The Asgardian of Shenlong Village also gave birth to him a son and a daughter. The son was Shang-Chi later. The daughter's name is Xia Ling. And civil and military, since marrying a wife, also took heart. Not thinking about conquering the world. Hid the 10 rings. Lived the days when the wife and children were hot on the Kong. But the sky failed. An accident happened. When Wenwu went out a certain time, his wife and children are alone at home. But the enemy came to the door. His wife left Shenlong Village because of this. Lost mana. So powerless to resist besieged. Was killed. Then Wenwu went berserk. Put on the 10 rings again. Killed some enemies. There are also some enemies left. Give his son Shang-Chi to kill. Civil and martial arts began to force Shang-Chi to practice martial arts and kill people since he was a child. Until Shang-Chi was a little older, he sent Shang-Chi to carry out the task of killing the remaining enemies. But after Shang-Chi went out, not good at all. Just run away. His daughter Xia Ling, soon he also ran away. Only Wenwu was left alone in the 10 ring gang. Wenwu lost his wife. Then the son and daughter are still divorced from themselves. How can I stand it? Then there was the big boss of the Soul Eater who was sealed by Shenlong Village. The remote spirit is bewitched. Soul Eater told Wenwu. His wife wasn't actually dead. Still in Shenlong Village. It was just sealed by the people of Shenlong Village. The reason is, in order to punish her, she left Shenlong Village privately. Marry and have children with ordinary people. Soul Eater also told Wenwu. As long as you arrive at Shenlong Village, break the seal of the giant wall of dragon scales. You can find his wife behind the wall. These are the information Fang Bing learned in his previous life. So, he would ask Wenwu if he wanted to go to Shenlong Village to find his wife. Because Fang Bing thinks Wenwu should also really want to find Shenlong Village. In this case, you don't have to bother yourself. Let Wenwu bring back his pair of sons and daughters. Get the map. Then everyone happily went to Shenlong village together. Each do their own things. Isn't that all right? The reason is to find a pair of sons and daughters of Wenwu. Because of. Enter the map of Shenlong village. Wenwu and his wife died. It has been divided into 2 parts. Hidden in the necklaces of a pair of sons and daughters. Just collect this pair of necklaces. Then you can find the correct way to enter Shenlong village. And Fang Bing is concerned about the matter of fooling civil and military affairs. Not at all embarrassed. Anyway, it will happen sooner or later. I just advanced the process. Only, what Fang Bing didn't expect was. When Wu heard Fang Bing mention his wife, immediately went berserk. Shut up. My wife has been dead for a long time, why do you dare to deceive me? Wenwu is no longer calm. Roared. Attacked again towards Fang Bing. And. This time, civil and military officials are obviously on fire. Under the ruthless hand, there is no room for tricks. Coming to Fang Bing's vital point. Fang Bing is dodging. I quickly figured out why Wenwu reacted this way. 80% is because. Eater of souls, that sucker. I haven't even begun to bewitch civil and military spirits yet. So. Wenwu doesn't feel it at all now, his wife is still alive. That's why I heard Fang Bing's words, straight rage. Got it. Hard and soft. Fang Bing knows here from Wenwu. Today it is impossible to get the whereabouts of Shenlong village. It can only be discussed in the long run. Then. He directly activated the material travel ability. Fly up through hundreds of thick soil layers. Out of the range of civil and military attacks. It also left his field of vision. Stealth Fang Bing standing high above the 10 Rings gang's base. After watching for a few seconds, he also flew out of the base. I searched around for Fang Bing but couldn't find it. When Wu went back again. I'm a little bit dissatisfied. You can't come here empty-handed, can you? Do not. Color impossible. Just like a fisherman never flies. You have to learn this spirit yourself. If a goose plucks its feathers, there will never be an air force. Then. Fang Bing is flying in the air. Calm down. Think carefully and reason. Soon. After a few minutes. Fang Bing already thought of what to do next. Since it is no longer possible to get the whereabouts of Shenlong village from Wenwu. Then I want to go to Shenlong village to feed the beasts and dragons. Then there are only 2 options. Choice 1. After improving your strength, turn around and fight civil and martial arts, snatch the 10 rings of the artifact, and find Shenlong village through him. Option 2. Think of other ways by yourself. Go directly to find a pair of sons and daughters of Wenwu, take the necklace from them, get the map and find Shenlong village. Improve your strength. This is definitely no problem. But how long will it take to improve to break through the 10 ring defense? Blast civil and military. This is impossible to say. So Fang Bing is currently only considering the second option. But it is also very troublesome. The problem is that Wenwu's son Shang-Chi and daughter Xia Ling. It should have just left the 10 Rings gang now. He should be only 15 or 16 years old now. Which city did you go to? What are you doing now? What is the pseudonym? I don't know everything. That's right. These 2 goods, after escaping. In order to avoid his father's pursuit, they even changed their names. This leads to. Fang Bing couldn't do anything at all. If Fang Bing has a way to find 2 people directly, then why does he come to the 10 Ring gang? I went to find it myself. But Fang Bing knew. Wenwu must know the whereabouts of his children. He's not catching them back now. I just want them to experience a few more years outside. So. A perfect plan appeared in Fang Bing's mind. After confirming the plan, he changed again. Turned into a little flying insect. Remains invisible. Slowly sneaked into the base of the 10 Ring gang from the periphery. The base of the 10 Ring gang is still huge. A full radius of tens of miles. Fang Bing is using time travel. Go through walls and houses. On one side, super hearing is turned on. Listening to the conversation about the insiders of the 10 Rings gang. Gather some information you need, because he has never been close to the area where Wenwu is. So. This time Wenwu also did not find that Fang Bing was still in the 10 Ring gang base. 10 minutes later. Fang Bing successfully obtained enough information. Then he started flying straight in one direction. Soon. We arrived at a more luxurious and spacious room. And at the moment in front of the desk in the room. There was a strong bald man working in his office. This person. It is the vice leader of the Ten Rings gang that Fang Bing is looking for. On weekdays, some chores for the Ten Rings gang. Wenwu didn't bother to deal with it at all, it's all handed over to him. And a bald man. Nor was he the first deputy leader of the Ten Rings gang. For thousands of years, the leader has never changed. And he, the deputy gang leader, but I don't know how many generations it is. After confirming the target, Fang Bing is in the invisible state. Transformed back into human form. Walk up to the bald man. The psychic scepter was taken out, tapped on his back. The bald man realized something was wrong, just wanted to struggle. Fang Bing pressed his shoulder with one hand. Can't move at all. After a while, as an ordinary person, the deputy leader of the Ten Rings gang. It has been completely controlled by Fang Bing. Then, asked by Fang Bing, he knows everything. Soon, Fang Bing understood. The deputy gang leader also didn't know where his two young masters had fled. But he also noticed. The gang leader Wenwu every once in a while will go out, he guessed. That should be to secretly visit his children. Fang Bing heard the news. My heart suddenly became clear. Directly order the deputy gang leader under his control. Keep working hard for the Ten Rings gang. Only, when Wenwu is out next time, be sure to contact yourself through this emergency communicator. So, even if Fang Bing has completely arranged and completed the plan, as long as next civil and military visit their children again, he just needs to follow Wenwu from afar, so as not to be discovered by him. And then through him to find Shang-Chi and True Spirit. Map of Shenlong Village, just around the corner. But Fang Bing got it done. Still haven't left the Ten Rings base. Otherwise, what is the difference between returning empty-handed? So, he has another plan to execute. Fang Bing had already made up his mind. This time, it is not successful to feed civil and military. Never leave it, because he has already controlled the deputy head of the Ten Rings gang. Fang Bing passed him. Regarding the organizational structure within the Ten Ring gang. I understand better. Drive invisibility and time travel. After a few minutes, Fang Bing easily found the kitchen of the Ten Rings gang. That's right. Fang Bing is prepared to add some ingredients to civil and military meals. Although civil and military have 10 rings, they are very powerful. But he is still human. People are iron rice as steel. If you don't eat a meal, you will feel hungry. Humans need to eat. Although the deputy leader told himself. Civil and military meals before each consumption. There will be several strict drug testing procedures. But Fang Bing wasn't going to poison him again. And poisoning is 80% useless. The 10 rings greatly improved the physique of civil and military. Ordinary poisons probably have no effect on him at all. Even if Fang Bing uses his neurotoxin, it is estimated that it has little effect. And Fang Bing didn't want to do that at all. Why kill Wenwu? Extract his ability. Wouldn't it be good to find Shenlong Village through him? As for the 10 rings, sooner or later, this thing will be in Fang Bing's pocket. With Fang Bing's current strengthening speed, it won't be long. Then you can come back to fight civil and military affairs. The process of adding things to civil and military meals, 673, went very smoothly. I know that Wenwu likes to drink soup when eating. Fang Bing directly added some to his soup. Mineral water from a gourmet maker. During the whole process, Fang Bing is all stealth. And the 10 ring gang, in addition to civil and military. All ordinary people. At most, they can be regarded as ordinary people who know martial arts. It is impossible to see through Fang Bing's invisibility. And civil and military. Fang Bing as long as you don't get too close to him. He couldn't find himself either. It's almost dark in New York at the moment. And because the time zone is different, the 10 ring gang is here. Just had lunch. 3 dishes and 1 soup for lunch were served on the table. Although outside, someone has been tested for drugs. But Wenwu is a cautious hero. Before each meal, will wave back people. Then he took out the tools for drug testing again. Especially today. A powerful enemy suddenly appeared in the base. It will also be invisible. This had to make Wenwu more careful. After inspection, find everything safe. Wenwu then began to eat. Spicy chicken, pot-packed meat, scrambled eggs with tomato. Plus a pot of seaweed egg drop soup. This is the civil and military that has lived for thousands of years. An unpretentious meal. Those who do great things. Informality. Oral enjoyment. Wenwu didn't care too much. But he felt it today. This is the seaweed egg drop soup that I drank countless times in the past. Very delicious. www. Fang Bing added ingredients to Wenwu's meals. He left the base of the 10 ring gang, flew over the base. Wait for the system beep to sound. Really. 10 minutes later. Ding. The system's mechanical prompt came as expected. Fang Bing looked happy. Hastily opened the system log. He looked at an ability list he had just obtained. Civil and military. Master level fighting LV8. He has practiced martial arts for thousands of years, and his fighting skills have become extraordinary. Divine power LV8. His strength is strengthened by the 10 rings, his strength is infinite, and he is invincible. Master physique IV2. His physique is strengthened by 10 rings, making him indestructible. Master reaction V2. His reaction speed is enhanced by the 10 rings, and the reaction speed is 16 times faster than ordinary people. Master vision IV2. His vision has been enhanced by the 10 rings, and his vision has been greatly improved. Master sense of smell IV2. His sense of smell was enhanced by the 10 rings, and his sense of smell was greatly improved. Fang Bing read Wenwu's ability list. I finally know why I can't handle him. Because this is too cruel. Except for some trick fighting abilities. Like melee combat. Shoot these with a bow and arrow. He practiced it himself. Additional abilities. They were all enhanced by the 10 rings, and they are all at the master level. To know. Fang Bing's master ability. That's 3 master level abilities. They are Master Physique LV1, Master Fighting LV6, and Master Reaction V2. And these 3 abilities of Fang Bing. Only reaction power is at the same level as civil and military skills. The other 2. They are all a grade worse than civil and military. As for other abilities, not to mention, civil and military are all masters. Whether it is hearing, smell, vision, resistance, etc. But Fang Bing is far worse. In addition, there are 10 rings for civil and military defense. Can use 10 rings to send energy attacks. Fang Bing felt that he was not good at civil and military affairs. It's just too normal. If not, Fang Bing means more. Maybe I couldn't run away before. But now Fang Bing. For the strength of civil and military, Gray often appreciate. Because, in this case, next, I don't care what ability I get. There will be a huge amounts of enhancement. Draw. Congratulations, you have obtained Master Fighting LV8. Fang Bing found out that he had won this ability. Overjoyed. Because, in Fang Bing's view, this 8th level of civil and military master fighting. It is the most powerful ability in him. This is the essence of thousands of years of civil and military martial arts practice. To know. Proxima Midnight Proxima Centauri. As a cosmic fighting master, master level fighting skills are only level 6. A full 2 levels lower than civil and military. Ability like strength and physique, in this universe. There are countless people. Fang Bing as long as the face is not too dark. It will be promoted soon, and fighting techniques. This kind of ability needs to be accumulated over a long period of time. The person who owns, simply too little, so. Since the New York War, Fang Bing's fighting ability. It has never been improved, the reason is. There's simply no one better than Proxima Midnight's fighting ability. Previously from Proxima Midnight. Get Fang Bing of fighting skills. Naturally, she is on the same level as her. Just when fighting with civil and military melee. Fang Bing found that he was no match at all in close combat. If not physically strong, self-healing is powerful. Especially resistant to beating. It may have been controlled by civil and military forces long ago. So, Fang Bing was unwilling to fight with him for a long time before. The fighting skills are too different. The longer you fight, the more dangerous it is. And now, Fang Bing, who has acquired civil and military fighting skills, immediately choose to open this ability. Immediately. A stream of fighting skills experience flooded into my mind. And Fang Bing felt his body start to heat up. Various parts of the body received very quickly. Muscle memory from thousands of years of civil and military martial arts practice. Fang Bing felt that he was stronger than ever. This is not an illusion, because if all creatures in the universe all have the same body, then he is now relying on his fighting ability. Must be able to stand at the top, after. Although the fighting ability is on the same level as civil and military. But Fang Bing did not challenge Wenwu again, because he knows. The current self is not enough to defeat civil and military. So, about the 10 Ring Gang, in Fang Bing's view. It's over. He just needs to go back. Waiting for Wenwu to go out to visit his children. All he had to do was wait for the deputy leader of the Ten Rings gang to send a secret message to him. That's it. Above the sky, a portal was opened. Flew in. When Fang Bing is flying out, has come to the desolate Hive Star. The purpose of coming here, naturally, it was to use up today's summoning spells. Otherwise it will be too late, just go to waste. Because Fang Bing used to finish calling each time. Wipe off the summoning circle on the ground. So now he needs to redraw the summoning circle. Fine. He has drawn it several times, easy to handle. After a while, another summoning circle appeared on the ground. Fang Bing recruited a gourmet maker at random. Start thinking about making something as an offering today. Think for a moment. He felt that it didn't matter what kind of food was used as the sacrifice. Seems to be random. It's just that system food has a chance to summon outsiders. So, Fang Bing simply used the kasumasu cheese that was made during the previous stall. Take a few out. Throw one to the center of the summoning circle first. Then he recited the summoning spell. Subsequently, Fang Bing heard a person's voice in his head. It's normal language, not Japanese, not howling wolves. Fang Bing feels that will be released this time. Finally hired a decent person. Well, who are you? Are you the rescue team who came to find me? But Fang Bing heard what the other side said. Feeling a little bad again. Doesn't this sound like an awesome person? Newbie who needs rescue. But anyway, the offerings are free. If you don't recruit, you don't recruit, Fang Bing decided. No matter who is on the other side. Let's talk about it later. A few simple explanations. Fang Bing signed an equal contract with the opposite party. Read the summoning spell. Call. Immediately. The magic circle flashed. A man who is filthy all over appeared in the center of the magic circle. A dagger was pinned to his waist. Carrying a longbow and arrows on his back. Out of the magic circle. Saw kazumazu cheese on the ground. It's like not eating for 10 years. Picking it up is like a hungry dog. Grabbing food. He ate with enjoyment. After 2 bites. When he felt the squirming of fly larvae in his mouth. Saw something unusual in the can. Instead, he looked happy. Ah, this is rich in protein. Fang Bing stood where he was. Looking at the goods in front of him who were eating dark dishes with relish. Very puzzled. Can't guess who this is. Doesn't it look like Mr. Bay? And it's too bad, isn't it, until a minute later. Be the sloppy archer in front of you. Finished that can of kasumasu cheese. Fang Bing's mind. There was a ding. See the ability list extracted by the system. See the name at the top of the ability list. Only then did Fang Bing realize who it was. Oliver Queen, isn't this the Green Arrow? One of the superheroes in DC next door. Then what you see now. It can be explained. Oliver Queen. This guy was originally a playboy with a fortune of billions. Then accidentally. Living on a deserted island. Struggling to survive on the island. Fight against evil forces. For 5 full years. That's why his real ability was inspired. Shoot right. 5 years later, it was rescued by accident. From then on became Green Arrow. Across the city. Be chivalrous. Love and hatred. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Isn't this the DC version of Hawkeye? Fang Bing suddenly lost interest in him. Because this is just an ordinary person who is very good at archery. But Fang Bing was also very happy to see him. Because he realizes, since his summoning circle can summon Green Arrow, then there must be a chance to summon superheroes such as Diana and Superman in the future. Even Green Lantern, Dr. Manhattan. Then, holding the idea of not smoking for nothing, Fang Bing still looked at Green Arrow's ability list. Oliver Queen, Master Archery V2. He has extremely high archery ability, coupled with life and death training on a desert island. He has extremely superb archery skills. Super Melee Combat LV8. His melee combat skills have become very powerful after being honed through life and death. Super Physique LV2. Years of training have made his physique stronger than ordinary people. Wildness Survival Skills LV10. His wilderness survival skills have reached the peak. No matter how bad the wilderness is, he can always survive. Super Reaction LV3. His instantaneous reaction speed is 3 times that of ordinary people, which makes him always be able to shoot the enemy faster, or dodge the attack. Draw. Congratulations, you have obtained Master Archery V2. Fang Bing thinks it's okay. Master level archery. On Earth. I'm afraid it's already at its peak. Wenwu has lived for so many years. Archery is no more than this level. And now, Fang Bing has already caught up with him. Subsequently, he ignored Green Arrow, who was still eating cheese, for now. Directly opened the Master Bow. Ability of skills. Often after opening, there will be two reactions. One is to instill relevant skills and experience in Fang Bing. There is also the ability to transform Fang Bing's body. Let him have the corresponding muscle memory. Fang Bing is already familiar with this process. He also quickly mastered Green Arrow's master archery. Finish my own business. Fang Bing looked at Green Arrow. Even though I think it's useless, but Fang Bing still stepped forward. Chatted with him for a while. Learn about his situation. Subsequently, Fang Bing learned. This guy has been on that desert island for almost 5 years. To the situation outside at the moment, I don't know much about it. But the well-known superhero mentioned by Fang Bing, Green Arrow, still knew. Fang Bing heard this. Also feel at ease. Confirmed that this guy is indeed from the DC universe. He was then given a lot of emergency compressed dry food. Tell him again. Soon someone will rescue him from the island. Then he sent it back to the original world directly. After. Fang Bing still has 2 chances to call. Nature cannot be wasted. Then, he threw another can of roasted eggs into the center of the summoning circle. Result. The results of the second call were less than satisfactory. Only one small sparrow was summoned. After coming out, he flapped his wings and flew away. When it came to the third time, Fang Bing couldn't sense the words on the other side at all. This is very strange, because, even if it's an animal, also speaks the language of animals, communicate with Fang Bing. But, this time, the other side never said a word. Fang Bing was a little puzzled. Tried to sign a slavery contract with the other party. But found out, it succeeded directly, now that there is a slavery contract. Fang Bing felt relieved. No matter what the other side is, there is no threat to him. So, Fang Bing simply recited the summoning spell. Summoned the other party. On the summoning circle. After a burst of magic light flashed, Fang Bing saw clearly what appeared. He took a step back in horror. I can no longer maintain my composure. Until he touched his face, checked his body. After finding out that everything is normal, only then did I feel relieved. Take a few steps. He carefully looked at the things on the summoning circle. Appeared on the summoning circle. It turned out to be a dead body exactly like Fang Bing's. Bleeding from the 7 orifices, a horrible corpse. So Fang Bing just saw it suddenly, to be taken aback. Only. Fang Bing is not dead, does he not know yet? So it calmed down pretty quickly. But, isn't this too weird? Why does this happen? Although Fang Bing is sure that he is not dead now. But still can't help but think about it. Could it be that the future self died and was summoned by the present self? F***K. Doesn't that mean, already dead in the future? No nonsense. Himself is the man who owns the system. How could it be possible to die? Nonsense. Nonsense. Fang Bing forced himself to calm down. Start thinking. What exactly is going on? After a while, he cleared his mind. First. He sure. In front of this thing, it must not be your own corpse. And it must be a creature. Otherwise, I just couldn't sign a slavery contract with it. Since it is not his own body, another creature. Also enslaved by himself. Then Fang Bing immediately had a solution. No matter what you are, change me back to my original form. Fang Bing ordered directly. Really? Follow his orders. Fang Bing saw it. On the summoning circle. His own body disappeared. To Fang Bing's surprise. After the body disappeared, but no creature appeared in place. This made him couldn't help but began to doubt his guess again. But. Then Fang Bing passed his supervision. Just noticed something wrong. On the summoning circle. Not without any creatures. Take a few steps closer. Squat down and observe carefully. Only then did Fang Bing find out. Turn out to be. There is an almost completely transparent little Spiderman on the summoning circle. Fang Bing understood immediately. This thing is the creature that just turned into its own corpse. It is also a creature that has signed a slave contract with itself. But. Fang Bing looked left and right. Didn't recognize it either. What the hell is this? And this little Spiderman will not speak to him, can't communicate at all. only responds to some of his basic commands. Fang Bing had no other choice. He has only one option left now. That's feeding this little Spider-Man. Obviously, the canned jar on the teleportation circle couldn't be opened. Fang Bing helped it open the can, put it in. Then I saw its mouth start to move. It's like eating it. But the baked egg in the can, it didn't decrease at all. Just when Fang Bing thought this thing couldn't be fed. But unexpectedly, I heard the system's mechanical notification beeping. Extracted to the ability list. Boggart, Fear Incarnation. Special. This kind of strange magical creature, when facing a person, can sense the thing he fears the most, and then turn into the thing he fears the most. Then. Gone. This so-called Boggart. There is only this ability in the ability list. Fang Bing saw this for the first time, but after searching the past memories of the previous life, Fang Bing also remembered where this thing came from. The world of Harry Potter. Fang Bing remembers this. It's because of the Boggart thing. It is so unique. It's inside Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Has become the embodiment of fear for many. When Harry Potter saw it, it was Voldemort. When Hermione saw it, what she saw was the professor telling her she had failed her grade. Although this stuff becomes something. No power. But it's disgusting. And the reason why Fang Bing saw his dead body. Then needless to say, the reason definitely is. He is afraid of death. That's why I've been so obsessed. That's why Boggart broke through his inner fear as soon as he appeared. Turned into his own corpse. To scare yourself. After figuring everything out, Fang Bing was happy. Reaching out from the can, he took out this transparent little Spider-Man. Take a closer look. Because in the Harry Potter world, no one has ever seen a Boggart in his true form. Fang Bing was also always curious. This time, he finally saw it. But more important things now. Naturally, the ability is extracted from this thing. But Fang Bing is not worried at all. It has only one ability. Still afraid of not being able to draw? Draw. Congratulations, you have obtained Fear Incarnation. Special. Really. For magical creatures with only one ability, Fang Bing has a 100% chance of winning the ability. He obtained this super ability from Otherworld without any accident. In fact, Fang Bing couldn't figure it out at all. This is not super ability, to be precise. This is drawn from the magical creature Boggart. It must be a kind of magic, after drawing Fear Incarnate. Fang Bing chose to open it without any hesitation. With a stream of mysterious knowledge pouring into his mind. Immediately let Fang Bing affirm. That's right. This is a magic. Because Fang Bing is getting the spell ability. You will get the knowledge of the spells contained in it. This has been proven many times by him. It's okay anyway. Fang Bing stood in front of the Hive Star's summoning circle. Check out the magic carefully. It didn't take long. He sorted it out. The principle of this magic. Figured out how to use it. Then, Fang Bing looked at the transparent little Spider-Man in his hand. Activated Fear Incarnate. He found out. I haven't changed at all. What's the situation? Could it be? This Boggart. Feared things. It's him. As soon as this conjecture appeared, Fang Bing immediately figured it out. That's how it should be. Because what I have now signed with this Boggart is a slavery contract. I am its master, the irresistible master. So, it is afraid of itself. It is also justified. After figuring it out, Fang Bing felt relieved. He wanted to leave the Hive planet. Go to the Earth and find a few people to try the effect of your own Fear Incarnation. But before leaving, he remembered. I haven't tested the master archery I just got from Green Arrow. He stopped again. He was too lazy to run back and forth. Ready to try it out before leaving. Originally speaking, archery is no test necessary, because it's a fighting technique. The relevant knowledge and muscle memory have been deeply embedded in his body. The reason Fang Bing wanted to test, mainly because of Green Arrow's bow skills, contains many tips for crafting special bows. This made Fang Bing slightly interested, so I decided to give it a try. Anyway, he has material conversion. Those manufacturing materials. According to Fang Bing's current knowledge of earth science, it's all understandable. So, it can also be transformed directly using material conversion. He pressed his hand to the ground. Follow the archery knowledge in your mind. Initiated a material conversion. After a while, dozens of various materials appeared on the ground. Fang Bing squatted down. Start making arrows. Because he is fast. So, The speed of making special bows is also very fast. Just a few minutes. Fang Bing has a few more bundles of different bows and arrows around him. Time to try it out. But at this time, Fang Bing just remembered. Myself all the time. Not even a bow and arrow. Then, he put his hand on the ground again. Initiated a material conversion. After a while, one is based on Fang Bing's memory, created Uru metal bow. Appeared in his hand. Whether the structure is reasonable Fang Bing does not know. Can the bowstring exert its maximum power? Fang Bing didn't know either. Anyway, it's about as good as it gets. He holds a bow in one hand. The other hand draws an explosive arrow. Racked on an Ulu metal bow. Aim at the distant mountains, peaks. Whoosh. The bow and arrow flew out. Boom. Exploded. Only, it didn't reach the mountain peak. Instead, it landed after flying more than half the distance. A large pit of 3 to 5 meters was blasted into the ground. Fang Bing sighed. I feel that the bow I made is really average. This thing is really a handicraft. Even if he understands the principles related to bows and arrows. But the bow made directly by material conversion. Nor are the bows made by those master blacksmiths as good. It's like he initiates the material transformation directly. The resulting peerless blade is average. It is still much worse than the original peerless blade. That is, a door-like flying sword like a 18,000 Jin big sword. No forging skills are required. Fang Bing's random messing around is quite a thing. So, now the problem is, Fang Bing has no knowledge and experience in weapon crafting. What's the use of just knowing the principle? The soul of the weapon made of wood, so, if Fang Bing wants to get a good bow and arrow, you have to draw the ability related to weapon forging. Or get someone to do it. Fine. He already has a dedicated blacksmith now. The summoning circle has not been wiped off. Fang Bing stood directly in front of the summoning circle. Read the summoning spell. After a while, the magic circle flashed. Hammer-wielding hill dwarf master blacksmith Boulder appeared on the summoning circle of the hive star. As soon as he appears, just hoarse voice shouted to Fang Bing. Hey, tell me what's the matter, I'm playing gloves. Fang Bing didn't care about the directness and rudeness unique to dwarf. Instead, he told him, I also need to let him build an excellent longbow. Hill's dwarf big rocks. Upon hearing this, immediately he said nonchalantly, send me back again, and I'll get you a handful. Fang Bing was amused when he heard it. This feeling is good. Off the shelf. Then, Fang Bing waved his hand. The big stone was sent back again. A few minutes passed. By summoning the circle, Fang Bing communicated with the big stone. Learned that he had obtained the longbow, he was summoned back again. Really? The big rock that came out this time. Holding an exquisite longbow in his hand. There are also mysterious patterns carved on the body of the bow. It's not ordinary at first glance. After Fang Bing asked the big stone. Just learned. This bow, it was built by him before. It can also be regarded as the pinnacle of his skills. Fang Bing played around for a while, very satisfied. Another big stone and a whole piece of Ulu metal were sent. Only sent him back, because of things like bows. It's not that the harder the better, but also take into account the toughness of the bow and so on. So Fang Bing didn't understand the forging process. Nor has it been rashly converted directly into Ulu metal. Instead, he directly used it to test the special bows and arrows he had just made. Explosive arrows, freezing arrows, electric arrows, electromagnetic arrows, cable arrows, clay arrows, acid arrows. Fang Bing had a great ejaculation this time, although these various special bows and arrows, in terms of power, for Fang Bing, it's useless, but, as a small toy for men, it is fully qualified. It's okay to take out a few shots. Where else can I want to shoot? Just shoot. That's how willful it is, after having a good time. Fang Bing put away the remaining arrows on the ground and the bow in his hand. Open the portal. Go directly to the submarine prison. Correct. That boggart. Fang Bing also took away together. Because of the slavery contract signed with it. So Fang Bing is now its full owner, and the summoning spell. Summoned creature. Fang Bing as long as he doesn't take the initiative to send it back. It can stay in this world forever, in this case. Fang Bing for fear of trouble. Simply take the boggart with you all the time. And Fang Bing tried it. This stuff. As a strange magical creature. Even if it is taken into a different space, can't die in a vacuum. So, Fang Bing simply put it in a different space. When you need to use it, just let it out again. Convenient. The reason for keeping it, Fang Bing, is useful. Because even he himself fears the magic of incarnation now. But wait until the fight, if you just use it yourself. I have become something that others fear, although it can be scary. But it will miss the best time to attack, and if let Boggart use Fear Avatar. Distract the enemy's attention, attack yourself. Wouldn't that be perfect? But, even so, Fang Bing also plans to try this magic himself. That's why he came to the submarine prison. Take the gang of prisoners I imprisoned. Test the power of this magic. Fang Bing walks out of Chuan and sees him off. Already standing in the submarine prison, stealth and time travel are directly turned on. Just walked into a cell, when he first entered the cell. I just saw a scene that is not suitable for children. It turns out that this is the double cell of Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive. Fang Bing spied a bad luck, but he didn't leave either. Because he is already here, there was an inexplicable feeling. As if he already knew the fear deep in the hearts of these two people. Then, Fang Bing thought about it, activated Fear Incarnate, and lifted the invisibility. He yelled lightly. Corvus Glaive. Corvus Glaive was having fun. Proxima Midnight is happier than Proxima. But when they suddenly heard this familiar voice. Immediately, I was so scared that I lost all interest. Both withered. Turn around and look. It was really his old master Thanos. Standing by the bed and staring at the two of them. Corvus Glaive and Proxima nearly pissed off. The terror of Thanos. They followed him for so many years, the most is to understand. So close. As long as Thanos makes a move. 2. No one wants to live. Then, look at each other. Thump. We knelt down together. Great Thanos, you have finally come to save us. Fang Bing. Fang Bing was going to take out his knife. Cut off these two 25-year-olds, Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight. But, he changed his mind. It's not right. Both of these goods are controlled by myself with Mind Gem. Definitely won't betray myself. So, are they acting? Really? When Fang Bing deliberately turned around to reveal his flaws. Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight rushed forward immediately. To subdue. Then he was kicked out by Fang Bing alone. Fang Bing then disarmed Fear Avatar, and left their cell. Subsequently, Fang Bing was in the cell again. Swayed around. Fear incarnates on seeing anyone. Then, he just discovered a situation, that is. Thanos is really scary. Those who were originally Thanos men. Even if it is controlled by yourself. Distorted consciousness. But deep down they still fear their old master Thanos. This is visible. What Thanos has done in the past. What a psychological shadow it left on them. Also explained. Just how powerful Thanos is, and those aren't Thanos men. For example, the extremist warrior Kiri Amber. When Fang Bing launched Fear Avatar on him. Then found. I haven't changed at all. Turn out to be. Even if he surrendered to Fang Bing. But his deepest fear is still Fang Bing. I have this ability in my heart, with the end. Because this incarnation of fear is not suitable for testing on ordinary people. Afraid of frightening people into a neuropathy. Not good for scaring Wanda either. So, Fang Bing didn't try again. After teleporting out of the submarine prison, Fang Bing saw that the sky was already dark. Count the time again. The time since he provoked the roar of Black Bolt King. 2 days have passed. He feels. Gorgon's physique is so good. Even if he was beaten by himself, it should be fine, right? Besides, Attilan should also have aliens who specialize in healing injuries. So Fang Bing decided. Then go to the moon to explore the road. See if you can lure Gorgon out this time, after Fang Bing failed last time. His plan was to wait for Gorgon to recover, go get Gorgon. Obtain possible pass identification equipment from him. Then slip into Attilan again. So, Fang Bing turns on invisibility. Opened the portal. Walked in. When walking out from the portal. Already high in the sky near Attilan. Fang Bing took a closer look at Attilan's location. Really. Still only the desolate surface and craters of the moon are seen. The naked eye could not see through Attilan's disguise. Fang Bing stood where he was, after a little thought. Then he reached out and took out a dining car from the portable space. Throw it hard. Slammed in the direction of Attilan. Splashes of crumbs. The dining car was directly disintegrated by Adelan's protective shield. But it also caused a lot of movement, Fang Bing feeling. This should get the attention of the guards inside. So he waited. But he waited 10 minutes. Didn't wait for anyone to come out. Only then did I realize. It should be not strong enough. Adelan existed for so many years. It must be hit by meteorites often, so encounter this kind of thing. Maybe it was another meteorite? So, Fang Bing can only change the method. He stretched out his hand. The space-based weapon was recruited directly from the portable space. At the same time, the invisibility ability has also spread to space-based weapons. So, guaranteed, space-based weapons are also invisible to outsiders. That's right. This is what Fang Bing captured from outer space before. It's the space-based weapon that Hydra used to bombard him. Now Fang Bing's overall Earth technology level is already very high. It is not a big problem to use space-based weapons. After groping for a while, get started in no time. Because outer space has no gravity, so the ultimate acceleration metal bullet of space-based weapons is useless. But Fang Bing is not going to use this. It's Chidori's energy cannon attached to this space-based weapon. Then, Fang Bing aimed the space-based weapon at Adelan's shield. A cannonball went down. Go! The energy shield was bombarded with layers of ripples. Fang Bing feels really good in the hand. One shot is not enough. Several shots were fired in succession. Only then did the space-based weapons be put away. Quietly waiting for the people inside to come out. This time, only 10 seconds passed. Sure enough, someone came out. Fang Bing took a closer look. Hey, isn't the one with the big hooves Gorgon? But he just wanted to go. Go. See again. Gorgon didn't come out alone. Immediately behind him, there is one more person. A woman. Can't see face. Because she was still wearing a protective helmet. Fang Bing guessed. It should be that her physique is not strong enough to be directly exposed to the vacuum. That's why I'm dressed like this. Fang Bing couldn't help but start guessing. Could this be Black Bolt's wife Medusa, or Medusa's sister Crystal? Only. The opponent blocked it tightly. I really don't recognize it at all. And Fang Bing didn't have time to think about it. He doesn't act anymore. Gorgon and this woman. You should check it all out. Back to Adelan again. Then, Fang Bing remained invisible, flew down, slowly approaching the two people who were looking around in wonder. Take out the big sword. He patted Gorgon's head on the door. Boom. Gorgon was hit hard by the sneak attack. Slapped directly to the ground. The woman next to her. See this sudden scene. Immediately realized that someone was attacking. But when she just wanted to attack, a hand patted the back of her neck. Also knocked him out. Fang Bing saw that both of them had solved. Hastily started pulling in Gorgon. Look for the pass token on him. The reason why Fang Bing didn't take the two away and searched slowly. It's because he can't afford to offend Black Bolt now. If you really take these two people away, Black Bolt certainly won't let it go. Will definitely go down to Earth to seek revenge. At that time, check through known clues. It's not hard to find yourself. So, Fang Bing didn't intend to take the two of them away. He didn't intend to kill the two of them. Just trying to find the key to Adelan. But he groped for a long time. Didn't find anything Gorgon was carrying either. Something like a pass token. So, he could only focus on that woman. Take 2 steps forward. Search. But just started searching twice. Suddenly think of, why don't I feed it to women now? Can come out with Gorgon. Definitely a formidable alien. Think about it. Fang Bing recruited a jelly bean. The woman's protective mask was lifted directly. Use the fastest hand speed. Feed her jelly beans. Then, immediately put the mask back on her. This is because Fang Bing was afraid that she would freeze to death. Exposure to vacuum. The physique of a normal person. It froze to death in a second or two, although aliens are generally stronger in physique. But if the ability is not related to enhancing physical fitness, then it won't last more than 5 seconds. Finished feeding jelly beans. Fang Bing continued to look for the pass token on her. But did not wait for him to finish. That big dog that teleports appeared with Black Bolt. Ensued. There are also 2 old men in hoods. Fang Bing was shocked. I don't even care about finding any pass tokens. Extreme speed broke out directly. Whoosh. It flew more than 1,000 meters in 1 second. Fly towards the sky at extreme speed. flew into space. Because he has been invisible. So, this time, he was not exposed to Black Bolt King for the first time. But even so, a hooded old man behind Black Bolt. He also looked in the direction where Fang Bing was flying away. Black Bolt King also looked over immediately, pulling the hooded old man. Fly up, chasing towards Fang Bing. And Black Bolt flew alone with him. The speed is even faster than Fang Bing. The distance was quickly shortened. Fang Bing looked back. Not feeling well. Knowing that his invisibility has been seen through. Not as fast as Black Bolt. You can't run away by flying. Then, he swiped his finger instantly. An orange-yellow portal opened in front. Drilled in towards the portal. Black Bolt saw the portal appear from behind. Open your mouth and roar. But, although the sonic impact of his attack is extremely fast, still not able to stop Fang Bing from entering the portal. The portal immediately disappeared. This roar just roared in the dark deep space. It didn't hurt Fang Bing at all. When Fang Bing came out from the portal, he has arrived at the hive planet. Feel safe now. Only then did he breathe a sigh of relief. What the hell? Atalan is too dangerous, isn't he? Just come out personally. You can see through your own invisibility. Black Bolt King actually flew faster than himself. This is so unscientific. Fang Bing was a little upset. But think about Black Bolt's ability. Think of him as a well-known overlord at any rate. Think again about your own strength from ordinary people to the present. It only took about 3 months. I finally got some balance in my heart. But, although temporarily failed to enter Atalan. But today, at any rate, it can be regarded as some gains. He wants to enter Atalan. Isn't it just to feed the aliens inside? Although not in now. But another one was successfully fed. Fang Bing has heard the system's mechanical beep. Still very satisfied. Although, just when the mask was lifted, Fang Bing only opened a crack. He didn't even notice the woman's true face. But since he dared to come out with Gorgon, that must be an awakening in human with super ability. When Fang Bing saw the ability list, he immediately made up his mind. Also roughly recalled. Who is that woman? Flora, Plant Control V9. She has the super ability to control plants, can communicate with plants, give birth to plants, and control plants plus attack and defense. Super Physique V3. She has 3 times the physique and strength of ordinary humans. Violin playing IV9. Her skill in playing the violin is unparalleled, just like the sound of nature. Knowledge of cosmic botany LV6. She is very familiar with all kinds of plants in the universe, and knows their habits and characteristics. Yoga LV8. She is very proficient in various yoga movements. WWW Plant Control? Only then did Fang Bing understand. Why did you search her before? Find the seeds of so many plants on her. Presumably her attack methods should also have something to do with these seeds, right? This woman with plant abilities named Flora. Fang Bing is somewhat impressive. She seems to be an agent of the Royal Guard of the Inhumans. This time I went out on patrol with Gorgon. It's also normal. But, to Fang Bing's surprise, this woman's plant control ability. The level turned out to be level 9. It was the first time that Fang Bing had seen such a high level of ability on a foreigner. I don't know how long she has studied this ability. How did it rise so high? Draw. Congratulations on getting plant control V9. One shot into the soul. Level 9 plants are under control. Fang Bing couldn't help being a little excited. Although I don't know how powerful this thing is. But Fang Bing is not picky at all. Anyway, there is no price for him to acquire the ability. Whoring stuff. Definitely the more the merrier. Even if it's useless now. Maybe it will be able to upgrade with other abilities in the future? Just like his electric shock and electric control. Integrate became the same as Thunder Fury. What's more? Fang Bing thinks. Flora this woman, as a member of the Royal Guard. Certainly not someone without combat effectiveness. In humans in Atalan, there is no awakening ability. Or awakening someone with a waste ability. It was simply impossible to leave Atalan. It is even more impossible to enter the Royal Guard. They will only be forcibly assigned to the labor area at the bottom. Work hard in the labor zone. For the normal operation of the Moon City Atalan. Add bricks and tiles. So, Fang Bing is still looking forward to this ability. Now he happens to be on the Hive planet. It directly opened the plant control. Then Fang Bing was stunned. I feel like I picked the wrong place. Because there are too few plants on the Hive planet. Didn't know what happened before. Plants and animals are basically finished. So, Fang Bing opened the portal again, walked in. When he walked out, has arrived in the no man's land near New York. Although this is no man's land, but there are many mountains and hills. The vegetation is lush. Fang Bing stood by the lake. Activated plant control. Immediately, he seemed to feel the breathing and rhythm of the surrounding plants. Feel the grass. The thorns were felt. Feel the tree. You should feel as if you can control these plants. Then, Fang Bing thought about it. A stream of green energy emanates from the body. It shot into the plants within a 10-mile radius. Immediately, the grass broke through the soil. Started to skyrocket. In a short while, it grew into a weed 1 or 2 meters high. There are so many grasses, almost everywhere on the ground. So Fang Bing was quickly overwhelmed by grass. The grass grew taller than him. Logically speaking, this is impossible. No matter how long weeds grow. Genetically limited. It's impossible to grow like this. But it just happened. Obviously, this is the effect of Fang Bing's plant mastery ability. It doesn't stop there. There are not only grasses within a 10-mile radius. The weeds have grown by 1 meter or 2. Other plants. More exaggerated. Vines, thorns. Originally, this kind of person just lay down on the ground. Nasty plants. With Fang Bing's ability, it also began to grow rapidly. Originally, there were only vines less than 1 meter high and 1 or 2 centimeters thick. In an instant, it grows to a height of 10 meters. 1 meter thick. It looks like a giant python lying on the ground. And those big trees that were originally about 10 meters high. It's even more exaggerated. Almost every root has grown to 3 or 4 meters thick. Hundreds of meters high. Fang Bing watched all this with his own eyes. Feel like you have been in the primitive jungle hundreds of thousands of years ago. Everything is so wild and wild. Look at the original small petunias beside you. Now they are as big as a washbasin, Fang Bing thinks. This ability, it's too hanging, and Fang Bing is currently only using the function spawned in plant control. Then next. Naturally, an attempt was made to control these plants. See what you can get them to do for themselves. With the thought, facing within the scope of their own control. The plants in a radius of 10 miles, command was issued. At the moment it's already late at night, a few miles away from the Fang Bing location. There is a makeshift campsite. 3 men and 1 woman are grilling and chatting around the fire. Sudden, they noticed something was wrong. The surrounding plants began to grow inexplicably. Less than a minute, it's like entering a new world. The campfire was extinguished by the weeds protruding from the ground. The grass that had been trampled underfoot, taller than them. 3 men and 1 woman submerged in endless grass. He stared dumbfounded at what was happening around him. I can no longer take care of eating meat and chatting. They are professional donkey friends. My favorite thing is to explore various uninhabited areas. But in the past, I have traveled through many difficult and dangerous places. It's the same now. Wafirk. What happened? A man couldn't help asking in surprise, but his companion was apparently also confused. Can't give him an answer at all. Even companions of faith already started kneeling on the ground, praying to God for blessings. But their panic did not end there, because after the surrounding plants have grown violently, it was only quiet for a few seconds. Then the surrounding weeds were already taller than them. It moved by itself, like a ghost in a horror movie, winding towards them. Not only that, those 1 or 2 meters thick thorns and vines. It is extremely fast to probe towards them. Several people were almost frightened silly. There is only one man. After all, the mind is firm. Saw this scene before. He has already drawn out a hunting knife and is always on guard. At this moment, I saw plants attacking myself and others. He chopped towards the weeds and vines, but he found out. Those originally fragile weeds become extremely resilient. He slashed several times. Only 1 root was cut off. After a while, they were completely entangled. Controlled by vines. Can't move. Then they are desperate. I think it will definitely die next. But unexpectedly, these obviously mutated plants. But did not kill them. Just after binding them. To and fro among the plants. Transport in one direction. And they also found out. Not just a few of them. Surrounding plants. Also caught some small animals. There's even a flat-headed guy. Also bound. Transport together in a certain direction. They see this scene. My heart is cold again. What exactly is in that direction? Is there a scary monster? He is opening his mouth wide open. Waiting for these plants to feed? Fang Bing for testing. Own control over plants. And these plants. What can I do for myself? So, he just turned towards these plants. An order was issued to search for all animals within a 10-mile radius. An order to catch them in front of him, and the flat-headed brother who always followed him before was gone. Fang Bing wanted to know, is it still alive? Then, order it. He saw the surrounding plants move, start catching critters, and they were transported to him one by one. I want to live by myself. None of them died. Because of different reasons. Those who were nearby were quickly caught. Far away. It is also constantly being shipped this way. Soon. Fang Bing on the ground around it. There are piles of shivering little animals. Not long after, Fang Bing saw the flat-headed brother. Sure enough, he was still alive. It was also sent to him. But what surprised Fang Bing was, he was sent after Brother Pingtu. There are actually 4 humans. He was also thrown in front of him by the plants. He was looking at himself in horror and surprise. Fang Bing supported his forehead, some speechless. What can I do? How about not shutting it down? Looked at their equipment. Fang Bing knows it. Most of these people are explorers and travel friends. It must have been within the scope of his plant domain just now. That's right. Fang Bing has already given a name to the range that his ability can control. Plant field. Within 10 miles, plants are all under their own control. But what to do with them now? Shut up, Fang Bing can't be so cruel. These are just bad luck, but they also saw their true face. Let them go out and talk nonsense, it is not suitable. Then, Fang Bing had an idea. I came up with a way to get the best of both worlds. Cough cough. Who are you? Fang Bing coughed lightly. He asked indifferently to the 3 men and 1 woman in front of him. 4 donkey friends who are on tenterhooks. Hear Fang Bing's questioning. Quickly pour beans into the bamboo tube. Speak out of your own experience. But Fang Bing didn't want to listen at all. He interrupted several people. I see, if this is the case, then you go. Then Fang Bing waved his hand directly. The plants in a radius of 10 miles suddenly returned to their original shape. Then, Fang Bing made a move. A 5-meter-long big sword appeared at the foot. Fang Bing jumped lightly, stepped up, in front of several people. Fly into the sky. It's not over yet. Before flying out of their field of vision, Fang Bing also stretched out his hand. An abnormal huge amounts of orange portal appeared in front of the big sword. Fang Bing flew into the portal like Eugean. Disappeared in front of these stunned donkey friends. When he appeared again, has returned to the sky over the villa. Fang Bing grinned. I think this ratio should be pretending to be successful. But as for, can you reverse your nickname? Fang Bing doesn't care much anymore. Get out of there anyway. The 767 thing is just pretending to be a comparison. As for the true colors exposed in front of those people, Fang Bing thinks there should be no problem. Anyway, they didn't record or take pictures at the time. Just say it with your mouth. How is it possible to expose your true face on the internet? After Fang Bing entered the villa. At the moment it's already late at night. Fang Bing was too lazy to catch up on sleep. Sit directly on the bed and start meditating. Now he has almost all abilities, can be upgraded by meditation. So, can't stop meditating. Only, Fang Bing remembered his super ability of super speed. These days, because it's a bit busy, almost no time to exercise. So the progress also stopped, Fang Bing thinks. It's time to keep running, because just on the moon, it was discovered that the Black Bolt King was flying faster than himself. Fang Bing was really upset, and he wants to increase flight speed. Either promote psychokinesis, but psychokinesis Fang Bing felt himself for a short time. It may be difficult to improve, but there is still a way. That is to increase the super speed, although the super speed can only be on the ground now. Running on the sea, but this ability is more than that. Promoted to Dacheng, speed can exceed time. If you can only run on the ground, how is it possible to do this? So, as far as Fang Bing knows, when this ability, the speed is fast to a certain extent, you can run in the sky. Run in space. Run anywhere. This is where this ability is abnormal. Otherwise, a super ability that cannot leave the Earth. How about going beyond the speed of light and beyond time? And also, something about getting into Adelan. Fang Bing still didn't give up. Only, the so-called pass tokens were not found on those two people before. It made Fang Bing a little confused. Some are confused about how Adelan's security mechanism works. But Fang Bing knew now the root cause of his inability to enter Adelan. It's not about this, but he thinks he can't beat Black Bolt. And based on known information, the gap with Black Bolt King has been speculated. The main reason is that his defense is still insufficient. Can't resist Black Bolt's sonic roar, and his self-healing ability. For Black Bolt, who can sustain sonic attacks, it doesn't work too well, so he has never been head-to-head with Black Bolt. But Fang Bing knew it too. As long as the defense can resist the attack of Black Bolt King, that relies on its own means, it's not hard to defeat Black Bolt. The reason why Fang Bing has this grasp, it's because he knows. Thanos later had a fight with Black Bolt, he defeated Black Bolt. And the reason for Black Bolt King's defeat, because of his sonic attack. The strongest can only shock Thanos until his mouth and nose bleed. But couldn't really hurt Thanos. Then he was pinned down by Thanos. This means, the physique of Black Bolt King shouldn't be particularly powerful, at least far inferior to Thanos. So, only Fang Bing felt it, as long as you can get yourself close. If you don't get a roar from the Black Bolt King, you will lose your fighting power. Then Black Bolt King will definitely be abused by himself. As for the alien Presbyterian Church in Adelan, Fang Bing doesn't think their strength can surpass Black Bolt. It should be pretty strong though. But Black Bat King, the reason why he became Black Bat King. Root cause. It's because he is the most powerful alien in Adelan. In this world where force is paramount, if the strength is not enough, even the children of the royal family, it is impossible to sit on the throne. It was overthrown long ago. Early the next morning. It was still dark. Fang Bing was still meditating. Sudden. Jingle bell. The phone rang. Fang Bing picked it up and took a look. Ho. He also said to go and see Wolverine. Unexpectedly, he took the initiative to call. Fang Bing knew he was calling. There must be something to ask for help. He picked up the phone. After a while, hang up the phone. A strange smile appeared on Fang Bing's face. The reason why Wolverine called, he never expected it. Because Fang Bing actually fell out of his mouth. Heard a name that shouldn't have come up now. Real name. Saba. Noor. Alias. Apocalypse. Who is Apocalypse? That's the world's first mutant. A character who can be called the ancestor of mutant. Incomparably powerful, but he shouldn't be here right now. According to the original situation, Fang Bing remembers. He should still be buried under the Egyptian pyramids. Sleep in the ground. But just now Wolverine briefly introduced the situation to Fang Bing. It is said that a powerful mutant suddenly appeared. Sneaked into Professor X. Took him away. Then Wolverine after investigating the history, discover this mutant that suddenly appeared. It is the mutant Apocalypse thousands of years ago. Know the power of Apocalypse. Feel like I can't handle it. That's why Wolverine remembered the magical magician who helped him before. Encounter this kind of thing. Fang Bing has no reason not to get involved. Because, although he didn't get back from the brief phone call just now, find out who's on Wolverine's side, but it's basically confirmed. Professor X has established the school that houses the mutants. So, whether it is to extract the ability of the mutant on the side of Professor X, or to get the powerful ability of Apocalypse, Fang Bing must go. As for whether you can beat Apocalypse, Fang Bing didn't think about it at all, because he was just out to fish. Are you planning to actually face Apocalypse? Apocalypse. Leave it to Jean. Grey can use Phoenix Force to deal with it. Then, Fang Bing is decisive. Opened the portal. Went straight in. When he appears again, already at Wolverine's side, one out, Fang Bing found that there were yellow sand all around. Is this the Egyptian desert? Fang Bing immediately identified the location. Then he looked at the mutants around Wolverine. Cyclops, Mystique, Beast. There's even Deadpool? And this guy is still carrying the candy jar that Fang Bing gave him. Originally he was babbling at Mystique. See Fang Bing appear. Immediately shut up. Shut up, because before, Fang Bing had already implanted spiritual consciousness in him. Do not speak in front of Fang Bing. although Fang Bing was a little surprised to see him. But thinking because of my time travel, the world has long since changed beyond recognition. There is nothing to be curious about, only. After Fang Bing looked at everyone present, but found out. Gone. Plus Wolverine. There are only 5 mutants here. Chin, what about Gray? Where is Naughty? What about the teleporting Nightcrawler? Fang Bing also wanted to take advantage of it before the war. Take out some beer melon seed snacks. Cheer up your allies. Draw a wave of abilities. Result. That's it. These few people present. Except Beast and Mystique. They've all been drawn by themselves. Okay. That's not the point yet. More importantly, just these few people. How else to fight? Fang Bing can remember. The apocalypse thing. After being beaten by many mutants. But he couldn't do anything about it. In the end, if it wasn't for Chin, Gray broke out Phoenix Force. Kill him directly. Then Apocalypse can't lose at all. How strong is Apocalypse? Fang Bing understands it all too well. He has an indestructible body. There are also powerful abilities such as teleportation, super self-healing, mind control, and material control. More capable of transferring his consciousness into another mutant's body. Get the ability of that mutant, and can live forever. It's nothing. The key is the Apocalypse thing. Unlimited access to super abilities of other mutants. Unlimited stacking. What the hell, he lived for thousands of years. In this world, super ability possessed by most mutants. Apocalypse will. Not only. Apocalypse can also strengthen other mutant abilities. The reason why he kidnapped Professor X. If Fang Bing guessed correctly, it should be to enhance Professor X's mind control ability. Then by controlling the Professor X, take control of all mankind. Not only. He also wants to launch all the big Ivans of the world into outer space. Let the technological power of this world be weakened. Let this world be the world of mutants.